What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all enjoying your Tuesday. And we're going to have a fun live today because Born Again Atheist is going to join us at 5 o'clock Eastern time. So in about an hour. So hope you all are excited for that. Hope y'all looking forward to that. I certainly am. So I think this is going to be a really, really fun live today. I'm looking for Born Again to bring the heat. Granzino, thank you. Glad you like the music. Glad you like it. Pokies, good to see you. So I hope you're all excited. In about an hour, 58 minutes approximately, give or take. Hey, Pressure, it's good to see you. Sure did. You know, we should probably do a Hal. We got to do like a dance cam, right? Watch y'all get down to the intro music. That'd be cool. So it's good to see everybody again. Happy Tuesday. We have HLT, Pseudo V Science, Zeno, Vitor, Very Good Wizard. Welcome in. On the other side, we've got Forever Atheist. We have Pressure Pokegurumi made on Maine. So, me too. I've been waiting too. So, I'm pretty fired up today. So today we're going to do, and I've got a little surprise. Now, I'm not sure if I should wait until Born Again Atheist comes in, or if I should just start doing it now. What do y'all think? What do you guys think? Should I put them on now, or should I wait? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Now? Now? Okay, we're going to put them on now. There it is. So we're doing this so Born Again can feel a little bit more at home, right? You know, this isn't usually my thing, but this is definitely Born Again's thing. So we're going to make our co-host feel as welcome as possible. So... this is what we're talking about today. So if you are a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, and you have evidence that God is not evil, request up. So let's do this. Take a guest or two, wait for Born Again to come in, and I'm going to leave the guest queue for ops. So we're going to do that mostly today. I do not worship Satan. So let's tap the screen. Trustees on the TikTok side, TikTok trustees, let's tap the screen. Let's share it out. And for the YouTube trustees, same thing. Let's get those likes going. Let's share out the link to the live stream, and let's get some folks in here. And if you are a believer and you know someone that has some evidence that God is not evil, well, share the live with them and let's get them up. So let's hear some evidence that God is not evil. Let's go. CBJ. CBJ. Who are you to test God? You have no authority. Well, As far as I'm concerned, neither does God. Demonstrate that God has authority. Because if I don't have authority and God doesn't have authority, then it doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, I'm testing whether this evil God character is good or bad. This God character is good or bad. I'm trying to find out for real. Because all the indicators that we have is that this God is a psychopath, a sociopath, a narcissist, like everything, the dark triad, right? This God embodies the dark triad. So if any of the PhDs come on in, they can enlighten us on what the dark triad is. But that would be a narcissism, sociopathy, psychopathy. And this God embodies all those traits. So let's hear it. You don't agree, if you disagree, join up and let's talk about your evidence. You are the best evidence that God is love. How so? How am I evidence that God is love? Is it, you mean like people in general or just me? Because if it's people in general, then if people in general are evidence that God is love, I mean, we've got babies born with cancer. We've got babies born with trisomy 18 and anencephaly, Leschnian syndrome. I don't know why God of love would allow that. God of love allowing suffering, that's not necessary. Freedom of choice is the best evidence that God is love. How so? An evil God could give us choice. You rebel against God because you lean on your own understandings, making yourself God. You know, Pokey, we should get really, really good calls today, huh? We should. And how does 1 John 4, chapter 8, how is that true? How do you know that's true? That's because God gave free will and chose wrong. So, request up. Well, I'm feeling like, okay, we got a guest in the queue on the TikTok side. What do we got on the YouTube side? Nothing yet. And so you got two ways to join. If you're on TikTok, you can tap the little blue and pink people at the bottom of your phone, or you can join the link at tinyurl.com/tbvguest. So let's start with PXRT718. Let's go. How's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, doing well. Can I get your age and pronouns, please?
I'm 30 male.
30 male. Okay, that's your sex. Do you want to be referred to which pronouns? They, them, he, her, he, she, him, he, him? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. And which God do you believe in?
I am Muslim.
Muslim.
Yeah.
Justice for Aisha. Justice for Aisha. Justice for Aisha. Justice for Aisha. Hashtag it, chat. All right. What's your best evidence God is not evil?
So, evil could be established if we could establish intent, but nobody on the planet can establish God's intent, good or evil.
Oh, okay. So you don't have any evidence then?
Well, I mean, can you call fire evil if it's destructive? I mean, if something's destructive, you can't just say it's evil.
Well,
So I
there's
think
no
that,
intent behind it. It's not, if we're trying to personify evil, so that'd be a category error, right? Because
right,
fire
right.
doesn't have a mind. God does, supposedly, according to you.
Well, yeah, sure. But I don't think
Okay.
anybody can prove the intent of God at all,
Okay.
whether it's
So,
good or evil.
all right. So you have no evidence that God is not evil then.
I have no evidence that we can. Well, it's not that I don't have evidence. I just think it can't be established that he's good or evil
Okay. What is your evidence that he's not evil then?
because we have no proof of his intent, his
Okay.
her it
And how
intent.
is that evidence that he's not evil?
Because to be evil, by definition, there has to be some type of intent. Shouldn't
Yeah.
there be?
So, which is true. What I'm saying though is that if you have evidence that he's not evil, or if he's good, or however you want to phrase it, if you have evidence that he's good, how is lack of establishing intent evidence?
Well, not being
It's
able to.
nothing. It's a null.
Correct, correct. We can't establish if he's good or evil. Therefore,
Okay.
we can't say he's evil.
Okay. So you have
You
no
know?
evidence then. You have no evidence that he's good. You can't say that he's good too.
Right. Correct.
Right. So you don't
Correct.
have any
Absolutely.
evidence.
No physical evidence. No, I mean,
No evidence
actually,
whatsoever,
no
right?
physical.
I mean, if you're
Well, I mean,
saying you can't,
logically, we can't say good or evil. So, can you say evil? You know what I mean? That's really where I'm going with this.
well, if I look at the Quran and the hadiths,
Accounts of people, still no intent,
accounts
still
of
no
people,
active.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you believe that the Quran and the hadiths were revealed by Allah?
I believe that all scriptures and all religions are accounts of people that do not reveal the actual intent of a creator. They can reveal
Hmm.
the actions given to people, for example, the interactions given to people, but they can never tell you the exact intent, the mind, the thought, the logic. They only tell you what people are meant to perceive,
Okay.
but we do not have any solid evidence of God's intents.
So you're a heretic.
I would say some would call me that. Sure. I'm not a devout Muslim, by the way.
Yeah, you were
I've
pretty
been an
chill when I was
atheist
saying
for.
justice for Aisha. So I gathered that.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't fall for any of those religious rage baits. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
like I don't get that involved in something that I can't control. So,
Oh, that's cool.
but that's what I think about the whole idea of if God is evil or not. If you can't prove he's good, you can't prove he's evil.
I
If you
agree.
can't prove he's evil, you
100%.
can't prove he's good.
I
Yeah.
agree 100%. And
I yeah.
do you believe that God is good?
I believe that God, like any creator, like for example, if I were to create a program and then never look at it again, you can't say that I was good or evil based on what happens to that program. So I believe that if God exists in the capacity that everybody claims he exists, I don't think that there's intentions after creation that we can quantify. We can't measure it. So I can't say if he's good or evil.
Okay. So you don't really
I
know.
don't judge.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this
But
was okay.
that's all
Well,
I wanted to
all
add.
right. Well, hey, no, that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind short conversations. So I'm just glad we got to the heart of the matter like really fast. So, all right.
All right.
Well,
Thank you, man.
all right. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right. So yeah, I don't mind quick, short conversations. So, so just today, note to friendlies. I'm gonna leave the queue open because I have a special co-host coming in today, born again atheist. Not that my other friends who come up aren't special, special in the sense that we had to work around born again atheist schedule. Yeah. So, but thanks for coming up, Welsh. But yeah, we had to work around her schedule, and so I want to maximize the time that she has today. And I think she's here for like an hour, hour and a half, something like that. So, yeah. So if you are in the guest queue, please be at least 18, a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran. And you know what? It's not. We still got 45 minutes. So how about you keep the seat warm? Welsh, where you at? Where you at? There you are. Here, keep the seat warm. How about that? And let's see, where was I? Oh, yeah. Believe in the God of the Bible, the Torah, or the Quran, at least 18. And please have evidence that your God is not evil. So we're going to go with there. All right. So that's what gets you up on here on the guest panel. Oh, thanks, Contra Deity. So this is for our special co-host today. Yeah. So. All right. Let's bring up Michael. How's it going, Michael?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. All right. Can I get your age and pronouns, please?
I'm 47 and I'm a man.
You're a man. All right. That is your sex or gender. So which pronouns do you prefer people refer to you as a man? Some men like to be referred to as they, them. They, them, it. It's.
I don't know. Just say, hey, you.
Hey, you. Okay. Well, that's one. All right. So not he, him, not she, her, not they, them, none of that.
I mean, I'm a man. What else is there to say? I mean,
well, like I said, there are some men who go by they, them. So some go by it's.
I'm old school, man. I'm old school. I'm really not into all the new lingo stuff. Like I don't know what all that is. So.
Pronouns have been around for quite a while.
Yeah, but I don't use them like that.
You don't use them like that?
If you're a human being, you have common sense. You hear my voice. That's all you need.
Yes, exactly. We have common sense. That's why we ask for pronouns, because people use different pronouns. So it's common sense to ask people for their pronouns. You're absolutely right. So, okay.
I'm a Jolly Rancher. I'm a freaking Jolly Rancher with legs.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck that means. You're a piece of candy with legs?
I don't know. I'm just making fun of you for coming up with some stupid pronoun.
Okay, we'll just go with she, her. How's that sound, ma'am? All right.
Whatever you want. You're the one with little gay horns on your head.
All right. Ooh, yeah, went that way already. Okay, so I guess you're going to try to demonstrate that your God is not evil. Which God are you trying to defend here?
No, I have a question. So, what do you?
I'm not going to answer until you answer my question. So, which God are you driving?
No.
Okay, but we hear a signal. Yeah. So you're driving, and so it's, yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. So if you are in the box, please be at least 18, a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, and please have evidence that God is not evil. Not evil. How's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can I get your age and pronouns, please?
I'm 42. I'm male.
You're male. That's your sex. Thank you. Congratulations. And as a male, which pronouns do people refer to you as? She, her, they, them, it's, they, them?
It's doctor.
Doctor? That's a title. That would be a title.
Okay, let's go with that.
Doctor.
Yeah, you can just call me doctor. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm a vet, so that's fine.
You're a vet. All right. Okay,
My
that's fine.
My question to you is, so you believe God does not exist, correct?
Yeah, I'm not done yet. So which God are you trying to defend today?
Capital G.
That means nothing to me. What is that?
The only true God, capital G, Jesus Christ.
4,000. Christian God. Okay. All right. What's your best evidence this God is not evil?
Well, I was just going to ask you a question. That's why I said, "Can I come up?" I just have a question.
Yeah.
And I got
So
muted.
yeah, you see the question above my head, right? And you heard me clearly say, if you have evidence that God is not evil, come on up and request. So I'm assuming that you have evidence that God is not evil. All right. So you're just going to ignore my question? It's pretty
No, I'm
disrespectful.
going to answer, but you keep speaking over me.
That's very
Okay, here we
disrespectful,
go. I'm going to
Doc.
answer right now.
All right.
Can I answer, or are you going to just keep
Sure.
going?
Yeah. What's your evidence?
Have you read the Bible?
Okay, that's not evidence. That's a question. So what's your evidence that God is real?
Okay, well, the book of Luke would tell you that God is real. Science
of
is
Luke?
proving that God is real. Archaeological discoveries are
Why are we talking
constantly
about God
putting
is real
evidence-
when my question is God is evil? Why are we talking about that?
Because I'm asking if you even believe in him. If you don't believe in him, then what's the point of your premise?
Okay, is Lord Voldemort evil?
I don't even know who the fuck Lord Voldemort is.
From Harry Potter, the bad guy in Harry Potter. How about the bad
Okay,
guy in
I'm not-
Superman, Lex
I'm
Luthor?
not-
You know who that is?
I'm not gay. I don't watch Harry Potter. I'm simply trying to answer your premise.
Granted. So do you know who Superman is?
Do I know him personally, or do I know of the comic book character?
Wow. Yeah.
Well, you're the one that wants
You
to get
know
literal
of
with
Superman,
pronouns, and
right?
let's just
Okay,
keep
so
everything
are you
literal.
saying that Superman exists for real? Why would you ask a dumb question like that?
When did I ask that?
You said, do I
never
know him
been
in real
a more
life?
confusing
Okay.
circle jerk with someone so uneducated.
How about
it's
this?
shocking.
Okay, how about this, big guy, Doc? How about you just answer my
Appreciate
fucking
you
question?
being
How about that? So, how about
Well,
this?
let me ask you this. Why
no,
are atheists
you're not going to ask me
always-
shit. You're not going to ask me shit because you're an ass. So you're just going to answer the questions that I have, or you can just skip on out. That's what you can do. So my question to you is, does Superman have villains in the story, in the comic book? Okay, I'm going to invite you to mute. You may answer now. So for a doctor, do you not know how TikTok works? So just press the little microphone so you can talk.
Okay. Why
All
are
right.
atheists always fat?
Okay, so the question you have is, does the Superman comic
question is,
books
why are
does the Superman comic books
Why are-
have villains in it? That's the only thing you're allowed to answer. You're not. I'm just going to mute you if you
Your
try to say
weight
anything
is
else.
your issue.
Okay, so
Your weight.
so
You're
again,
fat.
Again, see, you went to meta. You went to
Well,
meta.
you're a fat.
So let's talk about your Bible. You only believe in the capital G, the only Christian God. Now, you may be a vet, but you clearly have not read the Bible. Either that or you're not a real Christian. Which one is it? And I can't. Yeah. So have you not read the Bible, or are you not a real Christian? Which one is it?
I have the Bible sitting beside me.
Oh, you do?
What do
Okay,
you
why
wanna
don't
know
you
about
open
it?
up to Colossians 3:12, big guy? Why don't you open up to that and tell us what it says?
All right, stand by. But I do want you to answer, why are atheists always fat while I'm doing this?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to answer shit from you. I'm not going to do shit for you. If you're going to stay up here, you're going to only do stuff for me. So read the Bible, big guy. It's probably the first time in your life you've read it.
I'm not into your gay dominatrix stuff.
Oh,
but I will go to
actually,
your
you
Bible
must be,
verse.
because
Say
you're
it
getting your
again.
back blown out right now. You're prolapsing, big guy. You're choking on my rhetorical member. Yes, you are.
I'm just curious why
So-
atheists are always fat and losers.
Yeah.
And you won't answer that. You have no answer.
So there's no reason for
Your
me to do
weight
that.
is your issue,
Yeah.
brother.
See, the thing
Your
is
weight
that
is
you know
your
what
issue.
you know what your problem
You're
is
a fat
is
ain't-
your lack of believing in the Bible. You don't actually believe in the
Gay
Bible.
atheist.
Yeah, you don't actually believe in the Bible. So turn it to Colossians 3:12. In fact, you know what, mods, keep them. keep him on mute. Oh, he got removed. Yeah. So, and we'll report you too. So your account is probably going to get shut down. So good job. See, this is awesome. Yeah. This is like two Christians, two assholes. So that's what we got. All right. So let's go to Lori. How's it going, Lori?
Real good. How's it going with you?
Oh, doing well. Are you at least 18, and which pronouns do you prefer people use for you?
I am 65 and she, her is great.
She, her. Okay. Your mic was a little muffled there, so I don't know what happened. Maybe.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Sorry. There, I'm teacup now. There, I'm better. Good.
Yeah.
Are we good now? Okay.
Okay. I think I can hear you. Okay. All right. Which God do you believe in?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm a Christian. I don't know how to answer which God, because, to my thinking, it's just the one, but yeah.
Well, to me, there's 4,000 different religions, and people have, thousands of different gods. So that's why I asked.
I know. It just makes sense to tell you I'm a Christian,
Fantastic.
Oh,
all right.
Sorry, I got a phone call, but I made it go away.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. All right, Lori. What's your best evidence that God is not evil? Yeah.
I am so sorry.
It's all right.
I got a phone call but I was trying so hard to make it go away. There, yeah. I did it. There. Okay.
All right. Very good.
Okay.
All right.
And you want me to answer your question? Go right ahead.
Yeah. So my question is, what's your best evidence that God is not evil?
So I thought about this when I read your prompts, and I thought, well, do I have any? And I think my best evidence is that when I am really wanting to do something evil, and usually it's when I'm mad at somebody or just really jealous or just really whatever, envious, then and I want to be really evil to that person, the prompt that I get from God is to do something really nice for them, or just to not do whatever it is that I'm thinking. And it's that little voice that I'm used to hearing when I hear God, and I hear, well, why don't you pray for him? One time I found myself really jealous of a guy that I had strong feelings for. He was about to get married, and I was feeling so angry about it. And I was prompted to pray for their sex life.
Oh,
that
goodness.
Was not easy.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I just started praying.
You mean like
for
a
them
happy sex life?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of you. That's kind of you.
That is how I experience God. I experience him as someone who prompts me to do things that are, a step beyond what I would normally want to do, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, Lori, let me ask you, why is it then that God prompts you? And not to say that, you sound like a lovely person, but God prompts you, but then turns around and ignores parents whose babies are born with cancer and won't answer their prayers, or babies born with Edwards syndrome or anencephaly or Leishmanian syndrome. Yeah. Why does he ignore all those prayers?
So I don't know. Those are my favorite words, because I think we need to use them more often. That's a good answer. That's a
wonderful answer.
Right? And I think all of us need to use that more often. We are all caught up in our fucking certainty. Okay? So we need to start saying, I don't know, let me think about that, or, whatever. Or when I say something. That's a
fantastic answer. Yeah.
You could say, hey, I never thought of it that way, or whatever. You just did that a minute ago.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the first answer is I don't know. And another answer is that I think that we have the wrong idea of who God is and what he's there to do. Okay, I think that a lot of us are feeling fairly certain, and I've certainly maybe been one of those people and certainly hung out with a lot of those people, that God is there to A, take us to heaven, and B, while we're here, answer our prayers. Okay. And
Gotcha.
so I don't think that. I think that what Jesus came to do was to invite us into a kingdom where we do
Sure.
good things, right?
All right.
So I think that an answer why there are children with brain diseases in the world is that we all collectively have screwed up our priorities about where money should go. We're paying pro sports people way too much and
Oh,
not
yeah, I
giving
agree.
enough to medical causes. We're not giving
Totally agree.
enough to people in places that are starving. And I do know, I'm grateful to know many, many Christian people and others, but I'm grateful to know many Christian people who are going to places that need help, and they're giving them good help. It's not
Okay.
just let us preach to you and we'll give you some food. It's not that
Okay.
at all.
Let me jump
Okay.
in. So we've got this Bible passage from the book of John, right? The Gospel of John, chapter 14, verses 12 through 14. And these are Jesus's words, right?
I can't read it, so I do need you to read it to me. My
Okay,
eyes are
here,
bad.
I'll make it a little bigger.
It won't help.
We'll just, okay.
Unless I make a screenshot, it won't help.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, in that case, then, okay, I can
Just
read that.
read
So
it to
John
me.
14 says, "Very truly, I tell you, the one who believes in me will also do the works that I do, and in fact, will do greater works than these, because I am going to the Father. I
Right.
will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son." So let me stop right there. So if you went to the hospital and to St. Jude's Hospital and prayed for all the kids in the cancer ward to be healed immediately, would that glorify the Father in the Son?
I don't know.
You don't know. Why not?
I don't know, because it's a question of thinking a little differently. I would like to say, and I would like it to be, that if I prayed for all the kids at St. Jude's, that it would glorify God.
Okay.
But and I'm not saying that they need to suffer in order to glorify God. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's probably other things that I'm called to do, but I have, as a matter of fact, gone to the hospital and walked around praying. So,
Okay, well, help me out here. So it says here, so why wouldn't it glorify the Father in the Son? So let's maybe approach it that way. What's a reason you can think of that praying for kids at St. Jude's to get immediately healed would not glorify the Father and the Son?
well, I think you're assuming that they would be immediately healed.
Well, I'm asking you, why wouldn't it?
Why wouldn't it be that they would be immediately healed?
No, why wouldn't praying for the children to be healed in Jesus' name glorify the Father and the Son?
Yes, I think
Why
that
wouldn't
would.
it? Yeah, why wouldn't
It would. I think it would.
Oh, it would.
I think it
Okay.
would.
Okay.
Just
So
praying for them,
so
but
if you
I
ask,
can't
okay.
guarantee they're all going to get healed, though.
Well, it says, see, if we look at verse 14, it says, "If in my name you ask me for anything, I will do
Right.
it." Anything. So
Right.
if you
I think
ask
we have-
in Jesus' name, heal all these kids who are sick right now. In Jesus' name, shut down St. Jude's Hospital so there are no more patients that come here.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. So and you just said that would glorify the Father and the Son. So God should do that, right?
I'm trying to think how to say this so it doesn't sound completely awful, but I think that there's a prerequisite to "He will do anything we ask." Okay, first of all, I'm not sure if it says it at the beginning of this, but it assumes
It does.
that we're
There is a
following-
prerequisite. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, what is it?
It says here, very truly I tell you, the one who believes in me will also
Yes.
do the works that I do, and in fact will do greater works than these. So the only prerequisite is you just have to believe. That's it.
We're essentially taking Jesus's place on the earth because he's leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will do whatever you
Then-
ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If in my name you ask me for anything, I will do it. So what I'm trying to understand, Lori, is if praying for kids at St. Jude's Hospital to get healed right now will glorify the Father and the Son, what do you think the chances are that if you went and prayed at St. Jude's Hospital that they would all get healed immediately? What would you say the odds are?
Very low.
Very low. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Can I
then
tell
this
you why?
so then this verse is a lie then.
No, let me tell you why. Because has to do with living with God for 50 years. Okay. It's not about miracles. It is not about miracles. It's all about love. So
all about
when
love.
you said, so going there and praying, if I can truly go there and pray with a true heart and with real love for those kids, that glorifies God. But it's not necessarily going to be that God is going to glorify himself, because he would have to do that work, right? He would have to glorify himself by healing all those kids. That wouldn't be me doing it.
Right. Well, the verse says, I will do whatever you ask in my name so that the Father may be glorified in the Son.
Okay,
So,
I think that in my name thing is important.
yeah. So if you ask in Jesus' name for all the kids at St. Jude's to be healed immediately, and you did already acknowledge that would glorify the Father and the Son. So I'm kind of at a loss when you're saying, well, it's very low odds that this will happen.
The big miracle will happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you said it's very low odds. So I'm kind of at a loss as to, so this has to be a lie. This isn't true.
No, it's not a lie. It's a misunderstanding of what the mission is.
Okay.
The mission is to love and give of ourselves, to pray, yes, but when he says in my name, we're basically doing it because he's not there to do it, okay?
All right.
We're doing it because he is essentially directing us to do it.
Okay.
And we are doing it. It's like a power of attorney, okay?
I got
we
you.
have his power of attorney.
All
but
right.
it's not about miracles and dramatic healings, and it's not about that.
Let's go to James chapter 5, verses 14 and 15.
Okay.
Let me read that to you. It says, are any among you sick? They should call for the elders of the church and have them pray over them, anointing them with oil in the name of the Lord. The prayer of faith will save the sick, and the Lord will raise them up, and anyone who has committed sins will be forgiven. Is that true?
I don't know.
You don't know.
My favorite words again, because I've been there. I've been in a body of believers that does that. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
And it was often, I saw it almost as an unkindness, because
An unkindness to pray over people?
Well, yeah, there was a man who was clearly dying, and we're all going to die sometime, and which, oh God, there's been so many evil politicians saying those words recently.
That sounds pretty bad. Not going to lie, that sounds pretty bad.
I know, but the truth is that, even if you pray for me every minute of my life, I'm eventually going to die. It's going to happen. So this man was clearly going to die. And people were going to his bedside and putting up banners that said, and this is another scripture, you shall live and not die. I don't know what the context is, but yeah, it's from the Bible. And so they would put up a big banner that says, you shall live and not die. And I saw him at church one Sunday, and he looked so sad. And I went over to him and I said, how are you doing? And he said, I'm in pain, and, it hurts. And I said, God, I know, I'm so sorry about that. And he died. He did die.
Well,
because it was his time to die. It was his time to die.
Let's look at another verse here. Mark 16. Mark chapter 16, verses 14 through 18. But I'll skip to 16 because this is the important part. 16 says, the one who believes and is baptized. You're a believer. Sounds like, are you baptized?
Yes.
Okay. Will be saved, but the one who does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will accompany those who believe. By using my name, they will cast out demons. Have you cast out demons?
As a matter of fact, I believe I have.
Okay. They will speak
Yeah.
in new tongues. Have you spoken in tongues?
I have.
They will pick up snakes. Have you picked up snakes?
I have not.
And if they drink any deadly thing, it will not hurt them.
Nope. Not that
Nope,
one.
haven't done that. Do you believe that's true?
I believe it has been true of believers at some point in history, yes.
But as a believer
But
who
not
is
as
baptized
all believers.
and will be
Yeah.
saved, because it does say anyone, the one who believes and is baptized, which is you, and these signs will accompany those who believe. That's what it says here. So you should be able to drink any deadly thing and it will not hurt you. Do you believe that?
I do not believe that that is necessarily true of exactly me at exactly that
Okay.
moment. I think that what it's saying there is you're going to see these things happening to believers, not necessarily all believers and not necessarily all the time, but you'll see these things happening. And we have, in fact.
I'm
seen
not
those
seeing a
things.
condition here though. That's the problem. I hear what you're
Well,
saying, but I don't see a condition. It
doesn't
says,
say-
it
doesn't
says,
say all believers.
well, it says these signs will accompany those who believe. So it does say all believers, those who believe.
There's
They-
two ways to read it.
If they drink
two
any
ways.
deadly thing, it will not hurt them. So those who believe, right? There are those who believe and those who don't believe, right? So those who believe are all believers, right?
Tell you that the argument you're making here has killed some cult members.
I hear that. But
Okay, so-
you're kind of making my point for me. That means this isn't true.
No, it means that they're using it wrong. It has happened, and it has been true of some Christian people. Sometimes
okay.
it has happened.
But it does say those who believe. That means anyone who
get that.
believes, those who believe.
I get
Because
that.
there's the believe versus not believe, right? There's no conditions attached to that. I don't see any conditions.
But I think that when you insist that it's all believers all the time,
I'm just reading
becomes
what it says.
a problem. I know, and I don't hear it the way you hear it.
Okay.
I don't
so
hear all believers all the time. I hear
Okay.
these things will happen, and it'll happen to Christians.
let me
doesn't
put it
happen
like
to all.
this. Let me put it like this. Let's say that when's the last time you flew on a plane?
Oh God, I don't know, 2-3 years ago.
Okay. So it's been fairly recently. Not like you've never flown on a plane. And the only reason I'm asking is, you know how they do the boarding, right? They separate people into boarding groups, right? So if they say those with boarding passes that begin with the letter B, you may board now. Does that mean some of the people who with passes with the boarding letter B, or does that mean all of the people with passes that have boarding letter B on it?
In that case, it means all.
Okay, and so why is this different?
It's going to be difficult to convince you of it. We may have to just move on. But I will tell you,
Well, you're just
I will
telling me
tell
it's
you
different,
something.
but you're not telling me why. And
it's a grammatical English thing that I can't really explain, but it can mean either one.
well,
Okay,
from
so-
this is straight from the Greek, and this is the scholarly translation, the New Revised
Got it.
Standard Version, right? So
Okay.
if it was going to be some, it would say some who believe, but it doesn't say that. It says those who believe, and you acknowledged if your boarding pass has a letter B on it, and if they say those with the letter B on their boarding pass, you may board now, right? Now if they were letting some people through, but they held you back, they say, "Oh wait, Lori, not you." How would you feel about that?
It's a very different case, but it's okay. I hear what you're saying. I really do.
It's a
and
very
I
different
don't,
case, but you can't tell
I
me why.
don't think-
Okay.
Let me give you another analogy. What if someone were to say, let's say in the 19th century, they were to say, you are not going to believe what's going to happen in the future. They are going to fly in airplanes. They're going to have motor cars going over the streets with no horses attached. They are going to, when they fly, they are not going to fall. They're going to get to where they're going safely. And then what happens when in the 20th century or the 21st century, some of the planes fall? Was that not an accurate statement that they made? They said that people in the future will be able to fly, be able to fly in the sky and get to where they're going safely without falling. Okay.
Yeah.
But then some of the planes do fall and the people don't get to where they're going safely. That doesn't mean that was inaccurate what they said.
I don't think but see, that's a whole completely different statement than what this says here, because this says those who believe. So now if it says those who fly will never fall, then if people fall, then that wasn't a right prediction, right? But
It
if
doesn't
it says
say anything definitive. It doesn't say never or always.
it says those who believe. That's the definitive. That's the
I'm
definitive.
looking for the always. I'm looking for the always.
Okay, so you're saying because it doesn't say always, then it's not always. But
Well,
if it's but it says those who believe. So then that means but see, you haven't given me a distinction between this and boarding a plane, because that also doesn't say always, right? It just says those with the letter B on their boarding pass may now board, but it doesn't say always. So
But they do say those with, and they're talking to. So the implication is
those who have
all of
the letter
people.
B on the
Okay.
and that's what this says. Those who believe. These signs will accompany those who believe. So
I hear you.
you've just made my point for me.
I
Okay.
don't want to argue this point anymore because I'll just give you that point. What the hell?
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay, gotcha. So now these aren't just the only ones, right? There's also the passage of the mustard seed, right? We
Yep.
have at least half a dozen of these in the New Testament.
Yep.
And we have many more in the Old Testament where it says if you
Yep.
pray for anything, you'll get it. So, I know the common trope is, well, God's not a genie, but actually he is, according to your Bible. He is a genie,
certainly could
because
be, and
this
he
is
certainly
what it
has been.
specifically says. He says, I'll do anything you ask me to do. All you have to do is believe. And so that's why I'm trying to understand from your perspective,
Yep.
if anything, if Christianity is true, see, it's just one of two things. If Christianity is true, then there should be no hospitals. There should be no sick people. If it's not true,
I would agree with that because we would have healed them all by now. We would have
exactly, you
put
would
all
have,
of our money into research.
because all you have to do is believe, right? Yeah, all you have to do is believe. So if that's the case,
we will live that way.
yeah, if that's the case, right? So then, if not, then that means that this is a broken promise. This is a manipulation. This is a lie, and this is evil. It's either one of the two.
So whenever I have these conversations and we hit this point that we're at right now, where we're not going to go any further, we're not going to get each other, I try to look for what is the center of our disagreement. And I think that the center of our disagreement right now is this. I believe that Jesus came here to invite us to a kingdom where we can live differently and change the world by the way we live. And honestly, all of those passages that you're reading to me can be interpreted that way. And the other way of believing, and I'm not going to tell you what you believe, but the other side that I'm hearing is if we, enter this contract with Jesus, where we believe, then he will do all these things.
That's what your Bible says. I'm just reading what it says.
Yeah, I know. I just, this is where our center of disagreement is.
Okay.
So we can leave it there.
All right. We can leave it there as far as Jesus is concerned. So
Okay.
do you want to go to the Old Testament and look at some more?
I do not, because if you say Amalekite, I will slap you.
Oh,
I have
goodness.
No idea.
Nope. Not going to say Amalekite. Not going to say it at all.
Because I don't know. The truth is, I don't know. And I really don't know when it comes to Bronze Age shit. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's fair. All right. Well, at least you're honest. And you know what?
Thank you.
Well, maybe we'll just part ways here, on friendly terms. But I do appreciate the conversation, and I appreciate you talking to me.
Thank you. Same to you.
Enjoy the rest
Have
of your day.
a good one. You too. Bye-bye.
See, that was a pleasant conversation. And didn't have to be, cantankerous, right? Did not have to be that. Yeah. Terrified of the Old Testament. I agree, Ryan. I would agree. Christians, by and large, are terrified of the Old Testament, but kind person. So we'll give her a W for that. And yeah, in a way infuriating, but At least she did say, I don't know. And that was, but yeah. But you know, but isn't that a great, that's a clippable moment right there. Well, it's different. If you're boarding a plane and it says those who have the letter B on their boarding pass, you may board the plane. And if she gets stopped, she said, no, that's different. Versus when it says in the Bible, those who believe will be able to drink poison. So there's just no distinction there. So, all right. So we got 9 minutes until our special co-host comes in. And, you know, and that's not like a hard and fast time, right? That's approximation, you know, because sometimes people, you know, it's a fashion thing, right? So I'm cool with that. I'm pretty chill about that. So we'll just bring up another guest in the interim. Eric M. Okay. Let's bring up Eric M. It's like, Eric M., how you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty well. Can I get your age and pronouns, please?
25, he, him.
All right. And
what is your pronoun?
he, him. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
He, him, his. And looks like you're a Christian, going by your avatar.
Yes, but to be honest, I completely don't know what I am, just because like the stuff that you say kind of makes sense, and it kind of like you question my faith a lot, you know, and but I just truly like believe that Jesus is a good person, and I truly want this world to be like peaceful, you know, like full of love. So that's why I believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay. So you believe it because you want Jesus to be a good person?
Well, because I want the whole world to be
okay.
good, and like he teaches that.
Yeah. Now, I hear that. I understand. That sounds like more like hope, right?
Yeah.
Rather than reality.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say? What is that background noise, by the way?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a garage.
Oh, it's a garage
right now.
Oh, okay. You're okay. Just curious. Okay, not a problem. So, I hear that, and yeah, I do tend to challenge people's beliefs, you know, because it does say up above my head, challenge minds, follow the evidence, and so, but I think that's an important thing to do, right? Because you want to be sure what you believe is true, right?
Right, and as I grew up Catholic, so I kind of did leave the church for that same reason. Where I just didn't believe, but like walking on water, you know, like also like or casting out demons. Like to me, that sounded like impossible. But like, if there was a true God, they could do whatever they want, or like if they're like good enough and holy, like they could be blessed to do good, or like you know what I mean. So like, I don't know. I kind of just believe in that way, where like if you're really good, then you'll be blessed. And
now,
I genuinely think Jesus was sinless. Like he had no sin, and he died for ours.
Okay, now you believe Jesus is God, right?
Yes.
Okay, and they're the same. So it's the same God, right? Not a different God. The same God. And
the same God, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And so, when we look at like things in the Old Testament, right? This is one that the previous guest didn't really want to touch. So maybe we can get your thoughts on it. You would say then that it's the same God in the Old Testament that is in the New Testament, right?
Yes, I say so.
Okay. So we've got Deuteronomy 28, verse 63. And it says, just as the Lord took delight in making you prosperous and numerous, so the Lord will take delight in bringing you to ruin and destruction. So would you say that is the words of an evil God or a good God?
Good God, but I can see why you say it's evil because like you're destroying the world. But like if the world was full of sins, it's not good for the earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you would want to exterminate that, like basically like reset it. Like,
now, have you played like, I don't know, like The Sims or Sim City or anything like that? I don't know if you heard me. Did you hear me, Eric?
yes, I've never played that game though.
Okay. So like there's like a mech, or have you ever played a video game and you were coming along and then you just restarted the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can, so if you restart the game, right? Now it's because you don't know what was going to happen, right? And then you messed up a level and then you had to restart, right? And then now you know what's going to happen and then you complete the level. That's usually what happens. We turned off your mic, by the way, Eric, because of the background noise. So you just unmute yourself when you're ready to talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. But is there any way you could maybe move to a different spot? Like away from that noise? I mean, if you got to work, that's fine. Then I'll drop you and let you get back to work. But it's hard to have a conversation with you when we have all this noise.
Oh, it's okay. You can just drop me. I'm sorry. I am working right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. All right. Well, yeah, try and come back when you're not working. All right. Thanks, Eric.
Something. Yep.
All right. So yeah, had to drop that. That was getting a little unbearable. So that was pretty unbearable. The whole chat has our skin crawling. Yeah, it did kind of sound like driving in the rain, but yeah, those air tools, man, that was something else. So yeah, so here we'll wait a few minutes and actually, yeah, we'll wait a few minutes because we can take the next guest as co-hosts. Sounded like bats flying or static. Yeah, it sounded like driving in the rain. I heard, that kind of sound like that. Yeah, she's supposed to be here. She said she'd be here at 5:00 Eastern time. So here in a couple minutes. And so this is an interesting topic, like I run this every once in a while because you get your crash outs. So we've gotten our crash outs. We've gotten some crash outs in the chat. So, it sounded like a lightsabers rippling through tinfoil. But yeah, that didn't sound good. Who hurt you? Nobody that made me go away from God. It wasn't because of, yeah, it's funny because they just Christians just run to church hurt. They run straight to church hurt. People leave for a lot of reasons, right? Mostly because the shit's not true. Oh, we have a mind reader. We have a mind reader. So just because I'm talking about your God in a bad way, I must be hurt. Oh, look who's here. Let's bring him up. Let's bring her up. Yay. So if you're wanting to talk, some rules that I have, you have to be at least 18, a believer in the God of the Bible, the Torah, the Quran. And please have evidence ready that your God is not evil. So that's what we're looking for today. Not big on preaching. Okay. Not big on, I just have a take on this. We want to hear evidence. It says above my head, follow the evidence, challenge minds. So that's what we're looking for. God is your consciousness and Jesus is the Son of God. That is a claim. What evidence do we have of that? And how does that make God not evil? So that's what we're talking about today. All right. So she may not be quite ready yet, but that's cool. I'm watching the guest queue. So Born Again, just join when you're ready. I like the blind story. Yeah, it's a good one. But yeah. Oh, look at them. Look at that. Look at that. Very cool. Yeah, you know, I have to say, I have to find a way for YouTube to see all the graphics on the TikTok side. That would be cool. Because you can't really see it from this side, but I don't know. I want to send my favorite hat. Yeah. Well, you know what? Save up for the co-host too. Co-host. Pestilence, tapeworms, random baby death proves he's stupid, not evil. Could be both. How do we know it's not a little of both? How do we know it's one or the other? And then if it's a stupid God, then we shouldn't worship this God. Oh, that's a cool one. I don't even know what that is. What is that? DJ glasses? No. Heart hood. Heart hood. Cool. All right, here we go. What is up?
Hello. How's it
Hello.
going?
Hey, doing great. Hey, man, I'm so
Amazing.
glad you're here. This is awesome.
Thank you for having me up. I love your channel, and I love
Thanks.
everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know anyone who's not following you, but if any of you are out there not following Born Again Atheist, you really, really need to, because you're missing out on some fantastic kick-ass content. Like
If they're not following me, they're not following me, they probably have a normal sleep schedule. So we're not going to get too upset about that.
Hey, I got a pretty normal sleep schedule, and I managed to catch you. So
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It
You're
is
like
kinda
the
crazy.
triple night shift.
I am. I'm like, you know, because I'm an old guy, you know? I'm like dinner at 4. You know what I mean?
No.
I still managed to catch a piece of you. So, you know.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
It could be
Thank you so
done.
much for having me.
It could be done. Yeah, it's so great you're here. It's so great you're here. So I did a little special. You like the horns? You
I
know?
love it. I saw that. Oh my God, those are the exact ones I wear too.
Are you serious?
Those are the ones.
They're
Oh my
$4.99
God,
on
that's
Amazon.
so cool.
I mean,
yes. Unfortunately,
Crystal
they're the
Raid.
only place.
yeah. Crystal Raid, thank you, Raiders. Appreciate y'all being
Oh,
here.
welcome in, Raiders.
Yeah.
I love the horns. I'm so excited to be here. And most importantly, other than hanging out with you, very excited to wreck some mogs today. What
Let's
an
go.
early time to get to go crazy on them.
Get you started, huh? Get you warmed up for
My
your
little
night shift.
pre-gaming.
Yeah, a little pregame. There you go. Little yeah, a little pregame out in the parking lot before you actually get on here.
Yes.
Right on. Okay.
Yes.
Right
I'm
on.
so excited.
All right. Well, we got a returning guest, D-Truth. Can't quite remember what we talked about, but it was probably on the God is Real bend. So, you know, this will be a little bit different, but let's bring him up and let's see what happens, huh?
Perfect.
All right. D-Truth. How you doing?
Peace. I'm grateful. How you doing, brother?
Doing well. This is my friend Born Again Atheist. And
Peace, Born Again. How you doing?
all right.
I'm also doing well.
Good.
That's
good.
good. That's good to hear.
All right. So are you still go by the pronouns he, him, and are you still a Christian?
We us.
We us. Okay, we us. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for that. So sorry. I thought you were he, him. Okay, we us,
And
then
no worries.
all right. And
I'm a collective. I'm not an individual.
that's cool. Collectives are all good, man. Collectives are good. Right on, man. And okay, so I'm not gonna go on. I'm not gonna assume your belief. So, which God do you believe in? Remind me.
I believe in a mind, so to say, as you reference it.
Okay, a mind that created
Right,
the universe.
right.
There we go. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're switching it up a little bit today. We're going to talk about whether or not this God that you believe in is evil. So, what's your best evidence that this God is not evil?
I think the creator of all exemplifies itself in both good and evil. One example that I could make would be The ocean. The ocean could be good to swim in, could be good to lounge on the beach. It could be seen in a positive way. But if you're in the middle of the ocean and those waves are coming and falling on your ship like the Titanic, it could tear something up and cause complete havoc. The sun could be good. It can enlighten us. It can grow things, but it can completely burn something to a crisp. So it has a dual nature in that aspect.
Sure. Yeah. And so then are you saying that this is just neutral?
Well, neutral in totality, but neutral would imply polarity, that it has the ability to express itself not only in one way, but
Multiple
in
ways.
all ways, which would be positive and negative. And if we look at that, that is also expressed a lot of different ways. It's also expressed energetically. So when we talk about polarity and energy, all energy is negative. Well, obviously you have a proton, which is a positive atom, right? A positively charged atom. You also have a electron, which is a negatively charged atom, and then you have a neutron. You don't just have one, you always have these things occurring simultaneously, and they actually all interact with each other to create matter.
Here, let me jump in real quick, because we're kind of drifting away from like the topic here. Yeah, we're getting into like protons and neutrons, and we're getting away from like whether or not this God is evil. So how does that support or refute or whatever? Like, how does that provide evidence that God is not evil?
Well, I'm not saying that I'm not going to say that the creator is not exemplified in evil, even if we tie it in biblically, because I do study biblical references as well too, and I do believe in the spirit of Christ. And if you look at the Old Testament specifically, the God of the Old Testament was very evil, seemingly. You know, it was passages where it said, go out there, and when they went to war with another town, they didn't just kill unalive the men or the people they were at war with. They unalived everything, men, women, and children. So it was a very evil nature that they associated with God, authoritarian, a dominant God that wanted to destroy everything. Like it was pure wrath. They had to sacrifice and mutilate innocent animals and splash blood. That to me is what I would classify as evil, right?
I'm with you. Not much I can add to that.
Yeah,
what do you think, Born Again?
I agree, because I was reading it for go ahead, Born Again. You were saying something?
Yeah. So, that guy sucks ass. But, your God doesn't sound too charming either. I mean, you literally said God makes the ocean that literally destroys towns in hours. So, I mean, how is that God any nicer? Now, listen, the Amalekite stuff, that sucked for them. But I'm not an Amalekite. But I could be somebody from Florida or, New Orleans or somewhere where weather completely trucks my house. How is your God any better? I'm not an Amalekite. So, those babies, sorry, but I'm not an Amalekite. What about the God that you serve that just like causes destruction in everyday life, it sounds like?
Yeah, absolutely. So destruction is absolutely a possibility and a reality in our existence, but it has to be a reality and a possibility if we want the opposite reality of actually enjoying life or experiencing positively. There has to be a negative aspect that exists to be able to have a neutral or a balanced universe as well too. I
bet you're really good at meeting a word count for a college paper. You say a lot of stuff. Not a lot of it has a lot of meat to it, but you're really good at meeting the word count. I got to give you that. Okay, so this God that creates everything, what's he doing that's so good? Because to me, it doesn't seem like he's the answer prayer kind of guy. Seems like he's a I made you guys and good luck kind of guy. Is that right?
Well, there's a lot of good. Have you ever grown fruits or vegetables or planted any type of garden?
Yeah, I mean, I tried once, but we don't have to know how that turned out.
Okay, well,
we don't want to talk about that. Yeah,
we don't have to talk about how that ended up.
Yeah, that's no worries. I have a lot of friends that are into botany and into growing different things, and I know people who grow things right on their own land, and they pick this and they're able to sustain their family and be able to live off of that. So I think that's a very good thing to be able to have that. We also live in these homes where we are able to access water even when we're far away from it as well.
Okay, so how does this tie into God? Just curious.
Well, the question is if his God is evil, and I also said the creator or the creation in itself has the aspect to embody evil and good because it's a balanced creation. Everything equates back to balance, which we see all throughout creation.
All right. I got a way we can explore this. Let me try from this angle. So
Perfect.
would you say then that let's just say you have you're going to your family cookout and you got an uncle there who has he's a balanced uncle, right? He's cool to you, he's cool to all his nephews and nieces, all the kids. But he, on an equal level, he tortures kids in his basement. Is that a good uncle or a bad uncle?
Well,
that's balance.
To me, right. There's a balance there. To me, he's good. If I don't know that he do those things, it's out of my perspective of him doing those or being that kind of person, right?
What does knowledge have to do with him being good or evil?
Well, awareness. If I'm not aware that he does those things, then I don't know that that's a part of who he is, right?
Right. But we're talking about his nature, not whether he's good or evil. We're actually talking about whether he is good or evil.
Well, we're talking about, yeah, absolutely. So if we're talking about balance, I don't think that would be balanced because being nice to your nieces and nephews and then torturing children, I don't think that's equal in that aspect, because I think the negative outweighs the good that you're doing.
What's the minimum, and would you say, D, what's the minimum number of children your uncle would have to torture for it to be balanced?
0. If he was
okay.
Well,
so if it's 0, well, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me kind of run with this for a second. Let me
go ahead.
Rock with me for a second. So if it's 0 for this uncle, right? That's the minimum number of children he needs to torture to balance out all the kids that he's good to. So that doesn't really fly with what you just said about, Born Again saying, oceans taking out coastal cities and things like that. So it's possible then we could have a balanced universe with no evil in it, right?
No, because then it wouldn't be polarity. Balance implies polarity. Would you say not?
Well, not according to the uncle, because then if balance implies polarity, then that means there is a minimum number, like, I don't know, 1, 2 kids that he can torture that he would be balanced out.
Yeah, I think 1 or 2 would probably balance it out.
1 or 2?
Well.
You think so?
Hey,
I don't know, man.
I mean, whatever you put on it, but I just mean the ability to do bad and the ability to do good. Okay. So now maybe he doesn't, real quick, maybe he doesn't torture kids, but maybe he's nice to me and to other people, but to my mom or his brothers or somebody else, he may be very angry and mean and stern to. So he's going to show me compassion, but he's going to show them a different side of him that he doesn't show me. So in that nature, he would be balanced because he's not always nice to everybody, but he also has an opposite side that he expresses, and that doesn't have to be in the form of torture per se.
Well, the polarity is torture versus not torture, right? So what if are you saying then that he could be nice to some, not nice to others, and that balances it out?
Yes.
So what's the symmetry breaker here? Because if we're, I went to an extreme, torture versus not torture, but if we're talking about because that seems like a lesser scale, like evil on a lesser scale, so to speak. So what's the, what kind of measurement are we doing here?
So where does torture come into balance at? One funny, I guess, example I could probably make off the top of my head would be if someone was out here torturing and often pedos or people who are P3Os, people who are like super, super wicked. What he's doing in a sense is bad because he's unaliving or torturing people, but it could be a positive aspect if people feel like he's doing something that's beneficial for humanity by doing it to these kind of people. So funny enough, it could be a balance somewhere in there, and it is people.
So the homes destroyed in the hurricanes. Okay, I hear you. What's the best thing about getting everybody's town destroyed and lives lost?
What's the best thing about a town being destroyed or life lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the balance, the good in it.
Let's take a look at that. What could be a good thing about
Oh,
a
Jesus
flood?
Christ.
I mean, because again,
I don't know.
everything.
Hospitals destroyed.
It's pretty apparent to me. I mean, but
What's
go ahead,
apparent?
D. Go ahead, D. That it's not good. There is no balance to
Well,
that.
Well, a new, better civilization could come from that that event, and then maybe the new civilization.
Oh dear,
Hold on.
dear devil, Jesus Christ!
Right, but the new civilization that's built, then they'll would refine it and figure out how to build a dam or come up with an idea to make sure that the flood does not affect them in the same way. So they'll learn from that
Trust.
mistake.
He acts like we don't live in the United States where the government doesn't give a flying fuck about its people.
Yeah,
it's not about It's not about to do government subsidies.
Yeah, you remember those
It's not
videos
about
from
to help
Hurricane
people
Katrina?
out.
Yeah, you remember those videos, D? Do you remember seeing those? I know it was
Yeah,
like 20
I was
years
in
ago.
a lot of those people came to Georgia and moved because of Hurricane Katrina.
And they never went back. They lost their homes.
Right? Some people went back a while later.
Some did, but a lot didn't. I mean,
I know
for many years.
I know somebody who got a $250,000 check in an insurance policy.
But there were a lot who didn't.
That's true,
Right?
but I know somebody who was pretty happy that their house was gone, and it was like, I just came up.
That's an individual. But back to what Born Again's saying. But if we're gonna take what you're saying, Born Again, we might as well just start leveling towns once we kind of like figure out how to build new houses and
if better people come
dams.
in. I mean,
yeah, let's just level towns.
Funny, Trust. He said the God of the Bible sucks. But when God said the same thing, he said, I'm gonna wreck all these people and I'm just gonna do a do-over. Guest, how can you think God sucks when you just literally verbatim quoted his verse?
Well, when I was talking about the Old Testament specifically, well, I think that's why the Bible shows the same thing as far as balance, because like I mentioned, in the Old Testament, it was a lot of that gruesome malice type behavior, and they really associated that with being from God. That was their understanding. They said God was talking to them and God told them to do these things. I'm not going to say whether God told them or not, but that came into their consciousness, into their awareness that was their relationship with the Creator, enough for them to share it for time and time again, right? So the balance comes in because out of all of that negativity, if you have read obviously the Bible or the Old Testament,
we've read it.
Okay,
trust us, we read it.
Yeah. So they thought that was the way they had to do everything. So to counteract that, it had to be a positive established to be able to balance it out. And that's why Christ came to show them this is the positive love, radical acceptance, loving your neighbor like you love yourself. Everything that's the opposite of what you guys have been doing. So
help me out here. Help me out here. Sorry, I just got to jump in here. Help me out here. So what is the moral principle that this balance that you're talking about follows?
Ask that one more time.
What moral principle does this balancing act thing that you're talking about follow?
Free will.
Free will?
Yes.
So God has to, so hold up. So God has to balance things out in order to satisfy free will.
Well, to express polarity for creation to exist.
So God has to intervene against people's free will to enact free will.
Well, negativity and positivity, it expresses itself biologically.
Sorry, I got to cut in. Born Again, I had to make you big on YouTube because we got the matching horns. So I just, cool. That's why you see yourself twice. You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
sick.
Yeah, sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
I only see myself once, but hello, YouTube.
Okay. But yeah, they see it big on YouTube. So, all right, go ahead, D. You were saying.
Well, to go into this point a little bit, let me ask you, Trust, personally, do you feel like there are seemingly negative attributes about yourself that you possibly don't like, or right? Is there also counteractive positive things about yourself that you feel like you possess?
Counteractive, of course. Yeah.
All right. So morally, you possess negative and positivity. If we look at like a battery, they express negative and positive. They're not two separate things. They go hand in hand.
Yeah, but the difference though is that way more often than not, at least I hope so, I strive to make the right decision. I strive to try to do the right thing, right?
Absolutely, but sometimes it's somebody out
so
there who does negative more than you do positive.
well,
So
but
that
that's what I'm
balance is
asking
different
you
for
though.
everybody.
That's why I asked you what the moral principle is for this balancing act. So like what moral principle then is your God following when a town gets leveled by a hurricane?
Well, what more? Well, creation in itself, creation is negative and positive. So for something
Well,
for
wait,
the
how is that a
world
moral
to,
principle though? You know what a moral principle is, right, D?
well, elaborate what you mean by moral
A
principle.
moral
so
principle
I can,
is something like the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Keep your promises. That's a moral principle, right? You agree with that,
Gotcha.
right? So what moral principle is your God following when he lets a hurricane just take out a city and displace hundreds of thousands of people?
So the opposite of creation is destruction. So for creation to exist, destruction has to exist. So that form of destruction gives way for new life to be brought
I
about.
thought you said you don't like the Old Testament God. That's OT God shit.
Well, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about old. I'm talking about
I
existing.
mean that's
itself.
verbatim. That is verbatim Genesis 6 verse 6 or Genesis 6 verse 7. He's literally like,
for sure.
I regret I made them. I'm gonna wipe them off the face of the fucking earth. That's what you just said. You said, who cares about all those people? God is gonna make better people. So you are kind of a Christian a little bit.
Well, I'm talking about natural occurrence. Biblically, when they say God,
wait, what do you mean? But right now we're blaming your God for hurricanes.
Right, but again, biblically,
do you blame your God? I don't care about your stance on Christianity. How do you think your God's responsible for natural disasters?
Yeah, I think the Creator is responsible for everything that happens.
Then don't call it natural occurrences if you think God is doing it. That's a God thing. That's God magic.
Yeah.
Well, he allows it to happen naturally, just like he allows us to express positivity.
So then God doesn't
naturally.
cause hurricanes?
Say that again.
Does God cause hurricanes? Or does he just do hands off the wheel?
He created it and he does hands off the wheel.
No. Oh my God. He created what?
Everything that is.
So why would he create? What's the purpose?
Including the
possibility
possibility for hurricanes.
You
Absolutely.
know what? I would buy into this narrative. No, baby. I would buy into this narrative if this God, like if I was God. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I would buy into this narrative if God only targeted billionaires' estates.
Wow, why would no? That wouldn't be fair.
Where only billionaires were hanging out. If he like only targeted like Epstein's Islands when there's no victims on, or attacked billionaires with tornadoes or hurricanes, then it would make sense. But like the fact that he just made it and it's just kind of random and it's the luck of the draw wherever you happen to live at the time, that doesn't make any sense to me. What would be the purpose of that?
Well, Matthew 5 says God causes the sun.
You're
to
not
rise.
a Christian, so why are you quoting verses?
Well, again, I do follow the Spirit of Christ. I did reference that. Did I not reference that?
Yeah, you
believe
did.
in the Spirit of Christ.
Well, see, now this is sounding kind of like a Build-A-Bear God that you kind of
you're a what?
Yeah,
you're a Christ follower. You're a Christ freak. I'm confused.
A Christ freak. That is pretty funny. But again, I see Christ again as a spirit of love, a spirit of unity. Just like the devil or devil would be the spirit of confusion, the spirit of disaster and separation. But these things go hand in hand.
I do apologize. I was not listening. I had no idea he was a Jesus follower. Where did I miss that?
Oh, he said the spirit of Jesus. Yeah, it was like way in the beginning. He said he was the spirit of Jesus. Yeah.
But again, the reason I said it because
that's why I called it like a Build-A-Bear God. Yeah, because you're like picking and choosing like the parts you like about the God, and you've kind of reconstructed this God. Like you just kind of pulled out all the things you don't like.
No,
absolutely. Christian, then
absolutely not.
But if you're a Christian, the God of the Old Testament, who's an ass, is the God you're worshiping in the afterlife. So I don't know, like, what.
Yeah.
This is why I didn't think you were a Christian, because you were shitting on the God.
On that one. Yeah. This sounds like the Christian God, but you just don't want to call it the Christian God.
Well, I'm
Yikes.
talking about a balanced creation. So again, it's expressed negatively like the Old Testament and positively like the New Testament, because that gives us a choice whether we want to take the negative or destructive path, or if we want to take the positive path. Outside of us, since we have a conscience to make that choice, oceans don't get the choice if they want to be negative and positive. They just the rain is what it does. It does
So
what it
since
does.
you're a Mog, I didn't know you were a Christian. Since you're a
What's a
Mog,
mog?
a man of God.
Okay.
Since you're a Mog, there are so many verses that say God controls the winds and the waves. It does not say he made them in the creation story and anything else happens after that is climate change. It says I control the winds and the waves. We literally have a whole entire story. It's not that cool. Where Jesus and all his little sailors, all his seamen, were floating on a boat, and all of them were like, oh shit, we're gonna freaking unalive. Like, we're about to get toasted by this freaking wave. Jesus is sleeping, pretending he's asleep to kind of troll them. And then all of a sudden they prayed and they're crying and they're hugging each other, thinking they're gonna die. And then boom, he calms the seas. We know he is even Jesus is directly responsible for weather patterns. So for you to say, oh man, he has nothing to do with it now, is incorrect if you are a Christian.
It's true. It's true.
Well, everybody's perspective, even inside Christianity, with all of the different denominations, they have a different interpretation of the way that the Creator expresses Himself. But if you can just, again, let me make the point of why it doesn't just happen to what we perceive to be bad people, and good things don't just happen to good people. The rain falls on the righteous and the unrighteous. Just because you're a good person and it's raining, since you're good, the rain is not going to fall on you.
Are you blaming God for when he does hurricanes? I feel like you love to meet the word count,
yes, I
but
said
you're not
yes.
really putting substance in anything you're saying.
Well, again, I believe that we have the ability, and the creation have the ability to express itself in different ways, and that's both in negative and positive. So, of course, a hurricane or a natural disaster or something like that would be seemingly negative,
Hold up
but
a
there
second,
are also
though.
positive aspects that the creation embodies as well.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. Even though, yeah, I get what you're saying about the whole, express yourself in positive and negative ways. But see, here's the thing, D. I don't go out of my way to like kick puppies. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't, but
to express
I know
myself. I don't.
We
do
know
I,
some,
but that's not how I roll. And a lot of people don't roll that way. Like, I don't have this. Like, yeah, I have my bad days, right? Just like everybody else. Like, I'll get upset and I'll be in a bad mood, and I may snap at people or something like that. Yeah, of course. Like if I hadn't had my coffee in the morning, yeah, I'm not in the greatest of moods. You know what I mean? But it just seems like, but see, that's not really intent, right? Like I don't need to me snapping at somebody. It's not really intent. You
don't intentionally snap on people?
No. I don't intentionally do that. I don't intentionally. I don't flash on people like that, right?
But
I don't.
But let me ask you this.
It just seems like though. Well, hold on. Let me land the plane here. It seems like though that the God that you're telling us about does these things intentionally, right? He's not accidentally like, oh my bad, this hurricane wiped out, the Florida coast. Oops.
Right.
Oh, I was just expressing myself. I didn't mean to do that. Little Steve Urkel. Did I do that? No, it's not like that. It's like what you're painting to us is that he's doing this on purpose, right? And so if he's doing this, so like if I went out of my way to talk bad to people, because I needed to express myself, that's a whole different story than just having a bad, because I haven't had any coffee yet, right? And then, and 99 times out of 100, if even more, I will turn around and say, you know what, my bad, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that, right? But from your God that you're telling us about, we don't even get that. We don't even get a my bad, I'm sorry. We don't get anything like that. It's just, oh, well, it's just me expressing myself. So, 500,000 of you in New Orleans had to go to Georgia.
Right.
Oh, well, I mean, you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
How is this? Yeah. So and if we kind of take this all the way back to, this uncle who is torturing kids in the basement, but is nice to everybody else. I mean, if he's doing this intentionally, yeah, we cannot call this uncle good, and we can't even call him neutral. He's a bad uncle. So
absolutely, I'll even
sounds
side
like the
with
God
you
you're
on
telling
that.
us about is pretty evil.
Well, actually, I'll even agree with you on that. Let's go into that with a little bit of context, right? So I know people who are super angelic. They have an angelic essence. Like you said, they go out of their way to be very nice and very sweet to everybody that they can. Even when they get mad and get triggered, they still respond to it calmly, nicely, very light-bodied, heavenly type people, regardless of the situation. And then you have someone who may be a little bit more neutral, like yourself. You have your good days, you have your bad days. Sometimes you doing good, you don't do bad intentionally, but sometimes you have times where you spaz out on people or you react to whatever the situation may come.
It happens,
right.
man.
And then on the opposite end of that, there are the Epsteins or the Jeffrey Dahmers or the
gods.
Or gods.
Yeah, basically. Well, right. The hurricane equivalent of a human being, right?
Yeah, the Jesuses of the world.
Mm-hmm.
The hurricane equivalent who come and wipe people out and mask, right? So even in our human consciousness, we are not just the Epsteins or the bad or the negative, but we're also not just the heavenly. We have the choice to be able to be either one of those. So while you don't consciously go out of your way to do that, there are very malice human beings who intentionally go out of their way to do the most rash things that you would never even fathom.
Hold
on 1 second. Let me land. Could I land real quick?
No, absolutely not.
That is a form of the creator as well, too, expressing himself through those individuals, just like he expresses himself through the angelic people, and he expresses himself through you.
Yeah, so God's evil. It's got to be.
Oh, okay. Well, there actually, I'm glad I let you land it. Yeah, God's evil. So, how would you like to be? How would you like to join the deconstruction community?
Yeah,
seems like you're in the process of deconstructing. So we also think God's evil over here.
Yeah,
so,
that was my first step. Was going from Christian to deist. That was my first step.
Well, I see balance and I see neutrality throughout the creation. So
it's not balanced though, because if your uncle unalived 2 people and you said he needs to unalive 0 to be a good uncle, then God needs to have a 0 body count to be a good God. Exactly. I mean, we're going off of your example of what makes a good uncle and a bad uncle. Why can't you apply that to God?
And Epstein. That was the other example.
Right. So there are good uncles and there are good uncles and there are bad uncles.
No, that's not what we're saying. So you're doing this thing again where you just kind of, are you in an echoey room? Do you like just to hear the sound of your voice kind of bounce off the walls?
Maybe you don't get what I'm saying. Just because one person is bad doesn't mean that every person is bad.
It's actually a talent. You should definitely, pursue writing in that way.
If one person is bad, is everybody bad?
But that's not. Once again, you're saying. That's not what we're saying.
Right. But again, you're saying if my uncle is one way, then all uncles are that way. That's not true.
What's funny, Trust? We can't even use like analogies because Christians are they just can't think out. They can't think outside of a sentence.
That box. Yeah, it's really hard.
So they literally couldn't. They couldn't figure out why we're making the connection. It's okay, baby. I know.
So I think that and see where I'm gonna pick up what B's putting down. So D, what B's saying here is that you're saying that God is like, if it's one uncle that's bad, not all uncles are bad, but we're comparing this God that you're telling us about to one uncle. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. And we're comparing it to one uncle and you already acknowledged if that uncle tortures more than one child, there's no balance there.
He's bad,
so,
right?
Just the same. So then you have demonstrated to us that the God that you believe in is evil, because like B said, the body count's way too high. You know what I mean? It's just way too high. The damage, destruction.
Do you feel like the bad done in the world outweighs the good in the world? Let me ask you that.
What good? What good? What good?
What good? Really? Is that the question? What good?
Yes, what good? Because who gives a flying fuck that people smile at a birthday party when everybody's sitting there going, "Oh my God, I'm working 3 jobs. I'm sick. I can't afford rent. Our world is being ran by the most nefarious individuals on planet Earth."
Yeah, exactly.
And we literally can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
and on top of that,
someone let me in. When I got my turn signal, I was not gonna make up for any of that shit.
Exactly. Oh my God, somebody. told me that Jesus died for me today. You know, like who cares? Like
That doesn't
life
wipe
is
out what.
really
Yeah.
hard, and we're in a first world country, and if our life sucks this bad, you know, what could the experience for other people who don't have electricity? What could that look like? So like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like the good outweighs the bad. Here's the thing.
For sure. See, but
Trust example is fantastic. I that's a great example. I always use if Jeffrey Dahmer or let's just use Ted Bundy, 45 plus victims, girls and women. If we know his track history, he murdered, raped a bunch of little girls and women, and then, you know, put him to jail, whatever. If we figured out that every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he volunteered his free time at the nursing home or at the food pantry because he genuinely loved doing charity work on the weekends, would that be balanced? Like, would he all of a sudden be a good person? And you would probably say, no, he wouldn't be a good person, even though he's doing good things. This is what we're saying when we bring up these examples.
Yeah, this is what we're saying. So
I understand that, but for every devil,
hold on, Trust, watch this. Let's bet. Let's he's going to say, I understand this, but, and then the next sentence is going to be something that we are not even talking about.
Well, it's the same. It's definitely what we're talking about. For every devil that you meet, there is a Jesus or a godly person or a positive person for every negative that you meet.
So this is what I'm saying. So,
you called it, friend. You called it.
Okay, what do I get? I get an espresso. Okay,
you get an espresso.
We're using Ted Bundy. We're not saying God created Ted Bundy. We're saying God is Ted Bundy. He used the uncle is God in his example. My example is Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
But there's an opposite person of Ted Bundy as well too. There's a person who is the opposite of that individual.
God
we're not talking about that
Ted
opposite
Bundy.
person. Yeah.
We're not talking about God making bad people. We're talking about God being Ted Bundy in this example.
I agree with you already. God does express himself as evil.
You're very confused.
Well, I agree that God expresses himself through evil, through negative, through disaster, just like he expresses himself through love, through unity, through creation. These are two relationships that coexist.
My question is,
these relationships coexist. The relationship between negative and positive are mutual.
Wait,
we have to see that.
Before you dip, D, because they voted you off, but
that's
before
fine.
you dip, before you dip, let's address B's question. Say your question again, and then let's give D one more chance to address it.
Could Ted Bundy be good and bad if we figured out that he devoted a lot of his free time to charity?
Yes, he has good and bad aspects and totality.
Okay, well, hallelujah, glory to God. Okay, well, we'll see you later.
He is more bad than good, but he has good and bad aspects.
Well, glory to God. Okay, hallelujah.
All right.
Just make sure you're good to balance out the evil. I truly love and peace, and I appreciate you for making space for me. Y'all have a blessed day.
Oh my
have a
God.
good day, D. Yeah, that was a flip. That was a total flip. Oh, by the way, I'll send you a copy of this vid if you want to clip it or whatever.
Oh,
if
thanks.
You want to use it.
I'm having so much fun.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that was because so the flip flops that we got were first, no, this uncle, if he even tortures one kid, he's not good.
Uncle.
Yeah, he's bad.
He's a
but
bad uncle.
boy, there was like special pleading all over the place on that one. Special pleading, left and right.
That's so funny. That he must have a bad relationship with his uncle, and maybe he doesn't know too much about Ted Bundy. Because why was he like, fuck my uncle? But like with Ted Bundy, he goes, you know what? Not bad. Charity is a good thing.
So mental note to any serial unalivers there, potentially if you do have a body count, just spend some time at the SPCA in the weekends, cleaning out kennels and whatnot.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
We can win the heart of the public back. It's not
exactly.
you can be forgiven.
Exactly. And Dagobah Dave, thanks for the $5 super chat. Did the prayer we all said for your 2020 vision work yet? Hell no, it did not. I'm still blind as a bat. My glasses are somewhere. I lost them. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I'm still blind as a bat. Yeah, somebody prayed for me for my vision to heal, and it didn't work.
You read the message, so I don't know. Don't throw it out yet.
That's only because I need my glasses off to read. Yeah, that's why. But if I just look in the distance at my wife's pictures, yeah, I can see them now. But from here, yeah, It's all a blur. So didn't work.
Damn.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. But, as long as Christians have my permission, which is not often, they can pray and we can still continue doing this. Maybe one day it'll work. Maybe.
Oh, guys, don't forget the thoughts though. Make sure when you're praying, we also have thoughts as well. I heard that combination works very well.
Yes.
Well, we don't actually know if it works well, but I know a lot of people do it, so
yes,
we can try that.
Absolutely. Oh goodness, Abu Muhammad is back in my queue. I'm not sure you're going to get back up. Now, I got to tell you a little story, Born Again. So we had a guy in my live yesterday who said he was a scientist. And then I asked him some sciencey things and he couldn't really answer like the questions. And so, yeah, so we were very suspicious about him being a scientist. So
I think people just, like to really use words a lot.
I think so. but I don't know if you've talked to scientists before. You probably have, but every time I've talked to a scientist or like an academic, it's like they use very big words, right? Academic-y words. And they put things and they keep, especially if they're like PhD candidates, PhD level, because they love talking about their work. Because maybe not a whole lot of people outside of their sphere ask them about stuff, and then they just go on, right? They have great stuff to say. And there was none of that. There was just none of that. So it was just very sus. Yeah, it was very sus. So all right, let's bring up Breaking Down Christ.
Nice.
Yeah. How's it going, Breaking Down Christ?
I'm good. And yourself?
Yeah, doing well. Let's start with your age and your pronouns. Can you tell us what those are?
31 and he and him.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so Breaking Down Christ, assuming you're a Christian?
Yes, correct.
All right. What's your best evidence that God is not evil?
I have, I guess, 3 points. I think one, we have a standard that we have to point to even identify what evil is, and I think that's him.
God is the standard?
As far as like what's good, basically.
Oh boy.
Like without God, it's like, how do we identify what is evil?
He is right about that. God is a fantastic example of how to look
how to identify evil.
Evil, yeah. So actually, you're kind of eating. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yeah.
Second
okay,
point
we're with you so far. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Point
we're picking up what you're throwing down.
I would say Jesus. That act, if that really happened, if that really occurred, then yes, that's
the act of so Jesus getting crucified. Is that what we're hearing?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's
and then
two.
The third one is the love. You hear about the fruits of the Spirit, and one of it is being love. And I guess love is something that goes against, you would say, nature or evolution in a sense, because typically we want to survive and stuff, but love will make us, sacrifice our lives or sacrifice for things that we love. So those are my 3.
All right. Let's I think we can knock all 3 out with this one verse right here. Deuteronomy 28 verse 63. So you see the highlighted part there?
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord will take delight in bringing you to ruin and destruction. So is that the loving part that you're talking about? It's loving to bring people to ruin and destruction?
Well, especially when he's talking about, let me go to it myself, 28. What is that? 63?
Verse 63, yeah.
He takes delight. What a freak.
Like so delight, like born again, like, ooh, I can't wait to see you destroyed. Oh. It's like that. Like,
that's the like, I'll be honest, like that's my type of villain in like a cartoon.
Yeah, right.
That's like fantastic behavior, but not for the God of the universe, of course. Yeah. But that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers.
That's what I'm saying. Quirky. Yeah. I'm. It's giving Lord Farquaad energy.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Bring it
Lord
on.
Farquaad energy. Yeah. All right. So back to you, breaking down.
No problem. So the 2 parts I would use to address this is one, I believe he's speaking in covenant terms for one, just like he went from talking about the blessings he will bestow upon them if they follow the covenant, but he also talks about the ruin, the consequences. And then my second part to that would be, as a parent, if you tell your child not to, do something, whatever, and they continue doing it, they continue doing bad things, that consequence, you actually like that you'll be able to give them the consequence because you're hoping that it changes them, and you have the evidence now that, hey, I gave you multiple chances, I gave you multiple opportunities, and now I can actually I feel justified in giving you this consequence.
Okay, so I got a 15-year-old daughter. So are you telling me? Let's just say my 15-year-old daughter decides to become run a Sinaloa thing out of her bedroom, and she becomes like like just running a cartel thing out of her bedroom, something pretty heinous. Are you saying then that it would be good for me to be delighted to ruin and destroy her for doing that?
Well,
should I be happy about that?
Well, you will be happy if it brings her back from that, if it turns her from that. Yeah.
Well, that's not what this verse says. This says we'll take delight in bringing you to ruin and destruction. So that's what the verse says. It's not about coming back from something. It says, so let's read what it says. So the Lord will take delight in bringing you to ruin and destruction. Doesn't say anything about, after you come back from the ruin and destruction, I'll be delighted to see you. No, he's happy, he's giddy, he's rejoicing that he's actually doing the destroying. So let me ask you again. Are you saying then that I should enjoy destroying my daughter who's running a Sinaloa cartel out of her bedroom?
So if we take everything into context, the Israelite people were never destroyed. They're still here.
Wait.
Okay.
So that's the whole point of it.
He trucked him up a lot of times.
Say it again.
God trucked up the Israelites a lot.
Oh yeah, he trucked them up pretty bad. Yeah, we can bring some of that shit in there. I mean,
that's the covenant terms. But again, ruin and destruction, they weren't fully destroyed. He brought ruin to them. Yeah.
So what I'm asking you, okay, so you're saying that because he didn't do it, it's okay.
He did.
This was an empty threat.
No, he brought the ruin, but they never was destroyed.
He's saying God didn't do it, but he wanted to.
He wanted to. That's fucking worse.
No. All right, can we be serious?
I didn't do it, but I wanted to. No, that's what you're saying. I wanted to,
basically,
but I didn't.
God made a promise to Israel, so he can't destroy them fully because the seed is coming from their line.
Okay, so he lied then. He lied in this verse because it says the Lord will take delight in bringing you to ruin and destruction.
Okay, in his covenantal terms. He's not meaning to fully destroy them, but to punish them so they can come
Can I bring another verse to him?
Oh, absolutely. Let's go.
Okay. Here, let's piggyback off of that one. Psalm 7:11-13. God is a righteous
that's a good one.
judge.
That's a beautiful one.
Who displays his wrath every day. And I will sharpen and bend my bow. I will make ready my deadly weapons. And I will pull my flaming sword.
Yeah.
So that's an example of like how he can display his wrath.
If one doesn't repent.
Are we skipping the top word right there where it says righteous? It doesn't say corrupt judge. It doesn't say unlawful judge. It doesn't say immoral judge. It says a righteous judge.
Okay.
Are we just going to skip that part?
Help us out here then. What makes it righteous for God to take a sword to somebody who doesn't repent? What makes that righteous?
Because if we are the person that's doing evil, and that's the thing, you guys want God to do something about evil. So when he does something to the evil, you're mad at him.
But here's the thing though. Mine and Trust's definition of evil is very, very different than God's. And because evil is subjective,
exactly,
this is why we have an issue with God, because God is like, oh, evil is wearing underwear, and then me and Trust are like, evil is billionaires and making sure people can't get health
PDF
care.
files, no health care.
Trucking kids and getting zero consequences and electing them as people in offices, right? So
yeah,
our definition, you could say the word evil, but the problem is we have very different definitions of what we deem as evil.
I'm glad you said that, because that's Adam and Eve, tree of knowledge 101. We after we ate that, all get to choose now.
Okay, so if what you're saying then, because this is about repenting, right? What's repenting? Help us out with what repenting.
I would say
is.
repenting is a change of mindset.
Change of mindset.
Yeah, I guess you can sum it up there. Yeah.
And what's like someone who, so it can range everything from unaliving to no longer unaliving, right? That's a repentance, right?
Well, more of the mindset about the unaliving. So let's if you have sex with a woman without out of wedlock.
Holy pivot! We're talking about unaliving. How do we get to sex?
Because I'm trying to bring it to everyday things.
Okay.
If you go from having sex with a woman out of wedlock and then you decide not to do that anymore, but the mindset for that change, that's the key part that God is looking for.
Why is that bad?
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying the mindset for the change is what God is looking for. Are you changing? Like, okay, I guess a better example is if I'm a slave owner and I stop owning slaves, is it because of the law told me to stop owning slaves, so I changed that, or is it because I feel in my heart that it's wrong to own slaves?
Okay, I got you. So it's like a change of heart.
Correct.
In that sense. Okay, gotcha. So it's not just, I'm going to stop unaliving people or taking slaves because it's illegal. It's truly wrong. I really shouldn't do that. And I feel bad about that. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so in that sense, if a person who doesn't repent, let's just say a slave owner, all right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't repent. Are you saying then that we should just take a sword to them all? Or should we like try them, put them in prison, give them, a sentence, something like that?
Is the law prohibiting that, or is it because
answer my question. Hold on. Yeah.
He's asking your subjective opinion.
Yeah, your opinion. What should we do? Yeah.
I wouldn't say put them to the sword.
You would say put them to the sword?
I said I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't.
Okay, but see, that's the thing. That's what this says. Because if one does not repent, because that's why I asked you to help us out with the, framing of repent. You would say that if a slave owner doesn't repent, that means God will whet his sword. He has bent and strung his bow. So God is going to take a sword to him. He's gonna use him for target practice, right, with his bows and arrows. So he's gonna throw like fiery shafts at him.
So an example of this
right? That's what we should do to unrepentant slave owners, right?
An example of this would be if I have a brother and a sister and they're doing bad, it's not my job to chastise them. It's not my job to discipline them. That's my mom or dad's job.
Okay.
So in this case, God is that judge. I'm not the judge. God does that.
Okay. So what I'm asking you though is, so in the sense of your brother and sister, right? And the parents. So if let's just say your brother and sister are just sneaking out after curfew. All right. Mm-hmm. They got a 10 o'clock curfew, but they're sneaking out past curfew and your dad catches them. Are you telling us then that it would be okay for your dad to take a sword to them, sling bows and arrows at them because they're not repentant? Well, I'm just reading what it says here on Psalms. It says if and let me throw in the little other piece to this. That your brother and sister, they go, yeah, Dad, we did it. So what? I don't care. I don't care what you do. They're not repentant. So Dad should just go, boom.
Well, we have to remember another verse. We have to remember another verse.
Does he give him like a 100-yard head start before he does that, or what? What does he do?
The other verse is this. The other verse is this. God is slow to anger. So you got to put all this into consideration.
It does. Yeah.
Hold on. It's a whole cake. It's a whole cake. It ain't just a piece of a cake.
Hold on, brother. This doesn't say anything about anger.
Righteous judge who displays his wrath every day. So you can say he's the peace that passes all understanding. He's super patient, loving, kind. 11 I'm sorry. God
Yeah.
displays his wrath every day. I mean, goddamn,
Every
men
day.
say women have periods once a month, and we are the worst monsters in human history because we have a period once a month. But God displays his wrath every day, and you know we chain yank to his praises. So I'm
And
confused.
there you heard
I'm
it.
confused
God is
about it.
PMSing every day.
Well, it
Every
doesn't say
day.
wrath.
Every
It
day.
says
Every
judge.
single day, and you're saying he's patient, loving, and kind. But I have a
Well-
period once. Well, I don't have periods anymore, but you know, once a month, and all of a sudden, you know, we're gonna bomb all the country because like you know we're unstable.
Well,
Yeah, he's just mad every day.
Well,
That's
you
what
gotta
this
remember, you
says.
got so
Indignant means mad.
there's if goodness, there's a buildup. There's always a buildup when it comes down
Every
to God.
day,
God does-
though. Every day.
Every day.
Every
Yeah,
day.
because-
like I'm not even
Well,
mad at
is
my
there a
kids every
verse?
day. Yeah.
I mean,
because
1
that means
Corinthians
that means they're
13.
evil. That means there's evil being done every day.
Well, 1 Corinthians 13 says, "Love is that the verse you were quoting? Love is patient, love is kind."
patient, love is kind. Yeah.
Well, I
That's
was
what it sounds
quoting
like.
that God is slow to anger. That's what I was.
God is
Slow to anger, slow to wrath. He doesn't. But I don't think that's God. Isn't that talking about love?
No, you're talking about the fruits of the spirit, I believe, on 1 Corinthians.
Okay.
I believe.
Galatians 5 is the fruits of the spirit.
Yes, Galatians 5, something like that. But I mean,
But
this
I'm
is
just saying
but
that-
born again, this is
then
kind
the
of going
Bible
back to our
contradicts.
previous guests. Like, you know, this whole thing about the uncle again. Like, you know, we got this uncle who is like really chill with some people, slow to anger, but he's taking a sword to some other people too. Like he's just cutting them down. I mean,
Well,
that's what we got here. We got these two extremes.
You have to look at the stories of Sodom and Gomorrah. You have to look at Nineveh, where God has showed He's displayed His patience. He displayed
Okay.
his ability to have mercy, which is, hey, I wanted to do this. I wanted to destroy them, but Abraham said, no, God. What if there's 10 righteous people?
Okay,
Will you
so
destroy
in
the wicked with the wicked?
some situations, then it's okay for
No,
God to kill
no,
people.
no,
in
no,
some
no.
situations.
Yeah, you're missing.
That's
The
what you-
point is.
Well, no, that's what you just
Sometimes,
told
and
us.
mostly children.
No, the point is, even though He may want to destroy them, He has patience. He's hoping that they do repent.
Okay.
Because, okay, if you have, I don't know if you have you're saying a
So,
point. Or,
there's probably a million examples Trust and I can pull up where there were no warnings. He pissed them off one time and he said, "Okay, that's it. I'm done."
and that's something I would like to touch on
Actually,
because
Trust, is there a verse where God warns them to to get better? Like other than Nineveh? I think
Well,
the Jonah story is the only time that they were given
say
a chance.
2863 is kind of a warning, right? You could say this is kind of one.
Okay.
But it's just a hell of a warning, right? It's like you fuck up, I'm gonna bring it, right? I'm gonna bring it.
And I'm gonna be
Well, I
fucking
do wanna touch on what
smiling
you
on
brought
the
up
way
earlier.
down.
And I'm gonna
Trust
enjoy it.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
you brought up
I'm
earlier.
gonna like it. I'm a freak.
Oh, sorry.
I
This
love
girl wildin', boy.
Oh yeah, exactly. I love this.
But
This is
Trust,
great
earlier
energy.
you
I
said
love this.
that how come God doesn't answer all the prayers for the kids with cancer and stuff?
Oh, that's
and
a
I
hell of a
believe
pivot. Okay. We
No,
can
no,
do this.
no,
No, we can
no,
do
no,
this.
I mean, he always pivots, and it always makes our argument look better.
Well,
So
you-
I don't even hate that he keeps pivoting.
Yeah, it's
no,
cool.
I was-
Yeah. Okay,
I
we'll
was-
do this. We'll do this. Break it down. Go ahead.
I don't hate that you're pivoting, but you are doing it. But it
No,
is
I-
kind of
I brought
helping
it
us.
up.
So
I'm only bringing it up because you said that sometimes God punishes without warning. So I was saying, in a case like God answering all the prayers of a hospital, right? Him clearly demonstrating His power. If people were to turn around and still sin, that's where we get the Old Testament, where God is like, I'm showing you my power, and you still are doing evil in front of me.
Okay.
That's where we get that quick, sudden things like that, because now you have no excuse. It's kind of like
Okay.
if I go to in front of a police officer and I shoot somebody in front of him, I'm doing it in front of the authorities.
Do you have
Opposed
God?
to-
Is it God? Is it because of God's power? Because when you go to heaven or hell,
Is it? Say it again. I'm sorry.
is it due to God's power that you go to either heaven or hell?
I believe so. Yes. I believe
Yeah,
so.
you believe so. Okay, so that's a demonstration of God's power, right?
Uh-huh.
And so that being the case, you could still go to heaven even if you commit sins on earth, right?
Yes.
Yes, you could. Okay.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so And what it takes is repentance, right? Asking for forgiveness, believing, all that stuff, right?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm at a loss here. Why is it only reserved for that? But for some people, it's not reserved for their kids who were born with cancer.
Well, I believe the person who is believing that they're going to heaven, we don't have absolute
An assurance.
It's not certain. Yeah, we don't have an assurance that that's even going to be a thing. We're just hoping for that. So if
what would you say your odds are of going to heaven if you do everything the right way?
For my belief, it doesn't matter if I do it right. It's me accepting Jesus. So based on that.
Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. Wait a minute. You just kind of blew up your whole argument then. you just like took a grenade and just blew it all up because you just said all I got to do is believe in Jesus and I'm good.
I mean, like
really
I believe in his sacrifice. I believe that he died for me. So
okay, then all they got to do is believe, and then their kid gets healed. There's nothing stopping God.
So here's the thing with that. It's like me
Mark
believing.
16.
Believing in that
16.
presents me with the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit pushes me. It pushes me towards what God wants as far as living righteously.
Yes. Do you believe in Mark 16? Jesus said, one of the last things he said was, if you are true disciples of me, these signs will accompany you. So if you want to know if you actually are a true disciple of Christ.
So I know Mark 16 was added late, so I'm not too big on it, but I think if you want to, you could maybe apply it to Paul.
Wait, hold on.
You
is
think
it true?
the Bible? You think
I
the
think
Bible's
you can.
faulty?
If you could apply it to Paul. Paul was bit by a snake, and he didn't die based on that story. So
wait a minute, is this story bullshit, or do we take it literally? You just kind of said the Bible is. You're just kind of committing Bible libel with that last sentence.
I said that if you can apply this to what happened to Paul.
All right.
Anyway, let's just go ahead.
Well, wait, hold on. Is this true though?
I think this for a time.
Well, yeah. This part here, Mark 14 through 18. Is this true?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, because you said this is the part you said this was added later, right? So
yeah. I'm just giving the historical. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is like what I asked that lady earlier. So, is it true? Are you a person who's believed and baptized?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, you are. All right. So you meet the criteria for this, right? But and these signs will accompany those who believe. That's one. That's you. Okay.
Oh, we're in 14. Oh wait, are we in 14?
Yeah, this is 14 through 18.
My bad. Okay,
when you pulled out.
I don't think there might not be a 16.
Yeah, Mark 16. Yeah, Mark 16 verses 14 through 18. You called it. You called it. Unless you're thinking of the other one. Are you thinking of the taste of death one?
No.
Is that the one you're thinking about? Or?
I'm the poison one.
Yeah. One. We're here. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You nailed it. Yeah. So I was just about to ask you, guest. So you believe. So that means then if you drink poison, it won't hurt you, right? You believe that, right? That's true.
Well, we're also. I believe if I'm not doing it to test God, because I'm saying the God, it's like checks and balances.
No, just like, no. It's like this.
If I
it's
do
like
it
this.
unknowingly,
let's just say, no.
Protected,
Let's just say you're picking up your homie from the club, right? And somebody accidentally spiked your drink, right? And then you accidentally drank it. So since you're a believer, that's not going to hurt you, right? You're not testing God. It just happenstance.
Well, the drink.
It's not gonna hurt you.
Drink, I would say, it wouldn't. I don't know if it would say it wouldn't hurt me, but it shouldn't kill or
Well, it says hurt. Yeah, it says hurt. So you shouldn't get sick at all. You shouldn't feel pain. Nothing should happen. Nothing will happen to you. That's because it says it will not hurt them. So nothing will happen to you.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if this is focused on Paul in the Great Commission. I don't know if this applies to us today.
Okay.
So
well, who is the?
Because if you keep going, it says lay hands and they will recover. I don't think that was for everybody.
Well, who's the who? Well, then who is the those who believe then?
I would say the disciples, the ones, the apostles, or the apostles.
Okay, why doesn't it say apostles then? Because wouldn't it just say you guys or you all? You know what I mean? Like Jesus would specifically say to you, but it just says to those who believe. And it does say the one who believes and is baptized will be saved, but the one who does not believe will be condemned. Now, is that part true or false? That's 16.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct, yeah.
so that applies to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why would 17 only apply to a certain set of people?
Because I believe this was when they was trying to establish the church.
I hear that, but 16 applies to everybody, but now you're telling us that 17 only applies to a little tiny set of people.
Because even, again, they were speaking new tongues and stuff. That's not something that, because you know what I'm saying, you have to measure the Bible with the Bible. Like, there's a time. There's a time for these things and a time. I know. I'm saying there's a time for these things and a time when these things are no longer needed.
Okay, so do you plan on swinging a snake around just to double check to make sure you're going to heaven?
No, but see, that'll be testing.
Well, that's what Jesus said. But that's what Jesus said.
But he doesn't tell us to test God.
He said these signs will accompany you, which means they will happen. You will be able to pick up snakes.
Is that and I believe this is based on the
You
Paul
can drink
story.
poison, and it won't hurt you.
Yeah, it won't hurt you. Now, if you did it in the name of Jesus, like say a snake is going to threaten a little child. You picking up that snake?
Yeah.
With your bare hands?
Yeah.
Or are you going to be like me and go get a pillowcase or something? Because that's what I would do. Or like a big tarp or something.
If I have chance, if I have time, but I think in the moment that's my kid or something. I think I'm rushing in.
You rushing in? Cobra?
Yeah.
Like, is there a limit? Like a rattlesnake, cobra, a viper? How about that? Like a black mamba. That's like the most dangerous one on earth.
Even if that's the case, if my kid is right there, I'm jumping in.
No, any kid.
Yeah, even any kid. Yeah.
Any kid.
Well, guys, let's ask this: Are you willing to work for poison control?
Yeah.
No.
No.
But like you have the cure for every single person who drinks poison.
I don't have the cure because remember this does if we want to go off of your guys' logic.
Verse 18.
Verse 18. No, you could be a taste tester. That's what I'm saying. Like you could be a taste tester. Yeah, you could be like the royal taste tester. You know how they have those in the movies?
Hey, oh boy.
You could be a royal taste tester.
The royal taste tester is crazy.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, I'm thinking you could be a taste tester. Yeah, man, you could be a taste tester for real. You could be like, no, I got this, fam. I got this. I got you. I believe and I got the Spirit. I've been baptized. I can do this. Wouldn't that be for a good cause though?
I think that
honestly, if Jesus followers really had this like as a part of the movement, you guys can make so much money. Can you imagine being like?
Well, we're not doing it for the money. Well, we shouldn't be doing it for the money.
But get a lot more followers.
But that's what Christians say.
No, but that's the thing, though.
Because
God doesn't
they
want us to
know
follow
they can't
because
do
of
these
miracles.
You
That's
know
the
you
thing.
can't do these things. That's why you say, I'm not in it for the money. Dude,
No, but Jesus doesn't want us to
Christians
follow for
love
miracles, though.
moolah. Let's be honest. They love
Well,
moolah. That's why we have mega
Christians,
churches.
people who Christian by name, but God doesn't want you to
Nobody
follow
cares
him
that you're
for
a different
miracles.
type of Christian. All Christians would literally, if you guys thought this was real, you guys would market it somehow. There is nobody that is drinking schmoisin.
People
and
are doing so.
surviving.
I think in some churches, they if you Google it and stuff, you have some preachers who try to practice this.
We know what
There are
happened to them all.
Pentecostals.
Yeah.
We know what happened
There
to
are
them all.
Pentecostals who
None
swing
of them are
snakes
here.
around.
Yeah, all the ones who drank the Kool-Aid are not here. 100%.
Well, I mean,
but
come on. The
I
Kool-Aid
will
drinkers are
say-
not here. There are Pentecostal churches that swing snakes around, and they've died of poisoning.
Yeah.
That's
Because
tough.
they're venomous. They've literally died. There are documentaries about this. So
Yeah.
it's not true. Mark 16 is not true. And these
I
people
will-
genuinely believed this shit.
I do want to say another point too. In Revelations, if Revelations is true, I believe it's in 13 or 21. I'm not sure, but during the millennium reign, Jesus is still going to give people a choice if you want to follow him or not.
Okay.
How did I know it was going to be something that we're not talking about? So
I'm
do you
adding
think
another point
Mark
to the-
16 applies to all Christians?
Yeah, I'll bring it back for you.
No, I think that was for a time, and I kept saying that.
But Jesus said, this will accompany those who follow me, who are true
Yeah,
disciples.
those who believe. So that's but
Just
this is
like
like what the previous guest tried to say. But
just
see,
like
this
when
kind of
Jesus
goes. Remember
says
my
this rock is.
hey, breakdown. You
I'm sorry.
remember because I think you were in the
Yeah,
chat
I was here.
when I you
Uh-huh.
were here. So help me out with the distinction because the analogy I gave was
Mhm.
you're about to board a plane, right? And it's because this is what you're talking about. Will accompany those who believe, right? This part right here. So if the person on the speaker at the airport says those with the letter C on their boarding pass, you may board, but you start walking up and they say, no, wait, not you. And you were like, but I got a C. No, not you. I didn't mean everybody with a C, just those with a C. But I didn't say exactly who. Are you like, I'm cool with that? Or are you like, but no, I got a C. I need to board the plane. Or do you think that you're going to be boarding the plane, or do you doubt that you're going to be boarding the plane?
I think I'll be boarding the plane.
You think you be boarding the plane. Thank you for your honesty. So that means that this will accompany those who believe. There's no exception here.
No, because even when Jesus says, upon this rock, I will make my church, he doesn't mean literally this rock. like you got to understand, there are points and times for when things are happening.
Sometimes when the Bible says things, it doesn't actually say it. Like the part where it's like, don't wear mixed fabric. We can wear mixed fabric.
There's always like triple meanings with God.
The part that, hey, shut up! It's the part that says, hey, shave your beard. Oh, we don't have to follow. The part that says, don't be gay. We don't have to follow that. So we don't have to worry when the Bible actually says things.
Oh, yeah. So that means we shouldn't also follow it when it says, oh, hey, when you sell your daughter as a slave. We shouldn't. Yeah, we just ignore that, right? Is it one of those things? Breakdown?
No, that's a literal. That's a literal thing. That's not metaphorical.
That's not metaphorical?
That's literal.
Oh, so it's literal when it says in Exodus, when a man sells his daughter as a slave, she shall not go out as other slaves do. That's literal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
selling your daughters is the right thing to do. I think you got confused.
Well, we're not saying if it's the right. That wasn't his question. He was asking if it was literal.
Yeah.
So God literally advocated for selling girls.
So God was cool with that.
Well, it's like I compare it to marriage and divorce. God doesn't want people for divorce, but He will create a system where you guys can have the divorce because of the hardness of man's heart. So in this case, slavery, that's not something that God created. That's something that we created ourselves, but He's here to just, I would say, try to manage.
So then why command rainbow people to be put to death?
Say it again?
Again, praise be. Why command rainbow people to be put to death then? If that was their way of life and their way of living, why was He unaliving rainbow people?
That Leviticus 18? Is that what that is?
Well, I don't know if I have time.
2013 is the death sentence.
2013. Thank you. Yeah.
What verse? I'm sorry.
Leviticus 2013 says, if a man shall lie with a man as he does with a woman, he has done what is detestable before God. And the due penalty for their perversion is they will be put to death. Their blood will be on their own heads. So my thing is like, if people were doing slavery and God was like, bam, my hands are tied, I would totally say don't do it if they weren't doing it. Why didn't He have that same type of energy towards rainbow people since they were doing it? Why weren't His hands tied for that?
I don't have enough time. If I have time, we can get into it. But
all right. Well, yeah, you are unfortunately out of time. But hey, Breaking Down Christ, appreciate you. You're a good sport, and this was a good talk. But come back another day, and we'll mix it up again. Sound good?
Have a good one.
All right, have a good one. Yeah. Sometimes, we don't have to say anything, do we? We can just let them talk.
That's what I do. I just let them talk. And people go, damn, I don't want to be a Christian. And I go, they're very good.
Yeah, very good. Good choice.
We just let them talk.
Yeah, you were right, man. Just making our points for us. That was...
Yeah, you just let them talk, and they usually do the hard work for us. It's kind of fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of serendipitous. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that's true. All right, it's G or J. We're gonna bring you in, J-E. How's it going, Jay?
I'm doing great. Jay, it's Jay.
Jay. Okay, thank you for that. All right. Can we get your age and pronouns, please?
I am 19 years old, and I am a male.
A male. Okay, that is your sex. So some males go by they, them. Some go by it, it's, we, us. We had a male who was a we, us earlier.
We,
So,
us, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we, us.
okay.
So
Okay,
which
so-
pronouns shall we use for you?
Just use me, or no, not me, he.
He. Perfect. Okay.
Just he, him, whatever.
He, him. Okay. Which God are you going to want to talk to us about today?
The Catholic God.
Catholic God. All right. What's your best evidence that this God is not evil?
The best evidence to prove that this God is not real is because, want to know something? We all say that subjective morality is, morality is subjective. Do you guys believe that?
Well, I don't, but I think Born Again does. However,
Okay, so-
I will say it like this. I'm willing to bet. I'll put a 20 piece down that if just about any moral situation, I'd say 99.99%, me and Born Again will land on the same side.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where I want to get by. So if morality is truly subjective, this is a little bit on the add-on.
Okay.
If morality was truly subjective, why are we always searching for something that is true and searching for something that, we want? Because the thing is, whenever you look at a person with a subjective morality and you say someone that you disagree with their, morality or something like that, or their point of view, they usually get really defensive about it. And they act like, oh, no, you're wrong. Wouldn't that be objective at that point?
Okay.
In their point of view, at least.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me kind of reset this because this is a question. It's not evidence. So,
Well, okay, yeah, but
Yeah,
the
I
thing
want-
is, it's building on the whole morality prospect of if God was truly good, maybe we have to look for the moral aspect of it first. Get what I'm saying?
Okay. So if I'm hearing you right, then because I want to establish the answer to the question above my head. So if I'm hearing you right, you're saying that God defines morality. He sets the standard. Like, what exactly
Yes.
is
Yes.
God? What's the relation
Yes, because-
between God and morality?
I learned about this in my ecclesiology class, the study of the church. This God is morality, essentially.
God
Is what-
equals morality.
Yes, God is morality. There's a reason why we say God is.
Oh,
So
okay. All right. And so back to your question.
Praise
Saying-
be to Christ, Doug.
Yeah. So back to your question. You said if morality is subjective, then say it again.
why do we always search for something that is the objective truth and defend that truth so
Who is
fiercely?
searching for that? Who are you
Yeah.
talking
All of
about?
us. Okay, no, listen. Why are we so whenever we are debating morality, why are we so defensive over it? Why are we so oh no, your morality is wrong. Your morality is wrong. Mine's better. Why are we so
Because if I thought your morality was better than mine, I would just adopt it.
Yeah.
adopt it?
Mhm.
You would adopt
I
it.
would literally say, if you were like, hey, there's this tribe in this other country, and if we gave them these types of resources, they would be able to do this, this, and this, and this. I didn't know that prior to that. So then my morality would start catering toward this community that you taught me about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As your morality, if you educate me or indoctrinate me on something and I fall for it, I would just transform my morality to reflect yours. I would not say, damn it, his morality is better than mine. That's not how it works.
So
I would just go, oh, thank you for letting me know. You can only know what you know. You can only be indoctrinated with what you're indoctrinated with. So,
you think it'd be objective at that point, right?
nope. Jesus
Nope.
fucking Christ.
She doesn't.
Okay.
No, I do. However, I'm gonna stay out of this because you didn't ask about objective morality as far as I'm concerned. However, I'm still gonna work with Born Again on this. So because I'm actually
And at the end of the day, whatever trust opinion is on this, it super doesn't matter because you think
Yeah.
the God of the Bible sets everybody's morality.
Yeah,
Which is
exactly.
hilarious because
oh no, go
then-
ahead. Sorry, finish your statement. My bad.
Oh no, you're fine. So I was going to say, if God sets the moral standard, then you have to think it's objectively okay to burn women alive who are sexually promiscuous and who are pastors' kids.
Ooh,
Okay, you want to know
that's a
something
good
that
one. I can
that
roll
is a
with that one.
mistranslation of the Hebrew text. Want to know why? Because you got to look at the perspective of the Old Testament. All right, the Old Testament was a very ancient world during the Bronze Age.
He's about to say, yeah. So we don't actually think like we did in the Old Testament. That's why morality is subjective. Exactly, guess.
That's why morality is subjective. Okay, but if morality
in the
was
sense
truly
of
subjective,
God's morality, right?
because God had to
you're
make
about
sure,
to say, well, that was ancient old times. Things have changed. That's what we're saying.
because we actually established it. You got to look at the pagan cultures at the time. The pagan
But you're
cultures,
literally granting what my argument here by saying that was barbaric times. Of course they're going to be crazy. Well, that's the whole point I'm saying. God
That's the
doesn't
whole
set the
point.
objective moral
because
standard.
God didn't have the law at that point. We none of us had the law. You got to realize before
God
Genesis.
has been setting the law in every book of the Bible, the Old Testament. What are you talking
brother,
about?
that was in the law.
No. People
that
did
was
not.
in
People
Mosaic
did not
law.
have the written text. Okay, listen. The Jews did not
There's
have.
literally something called the Levitical laws, and that verse is in the Levitical laws.
That was given after the book of Genesis and during the whole
Exodus is literally where the 10 Commandments were displayed on Mount Sinai. That was the second
you're
book
right.
of the Bible.
You're right.
Okay.
That's when people received the law. The Jews received the law.
You said they didn't have the law. By Leviticus, they had the 10 Commandments.
Yes, no. That's when the law happened because God gave them the law there. All right.
You said the law didn't exist yet.
Yeah, the law didn't exist yet because people didn't know what it was.
But then you just said that the law existed. So you just pick
No, I
one.
did not say the law existed before then. I said the law existed after God gave the Jews the law.
But by the burn the pastor's daughter, the law already existed. That was a part of it.
So that was in the book of Leviticus, right?
All of the command, there's 613 all throughout the Old Testament.
Okay, so the whole thing, right? Want to know something? Look at the story where Jesus forgave the woman.
Nobody cares.
Oh, that's a pivot. That's a pivot. We're not going to let you pivot.
That's a pivot. That's a pivot.
Yeah.
But it's the same exact thing because you said burn the
No,
woman
but you
who was
said,
caught
but
in
Jesus
adultery.
forgives based on in Deuteronomy 22:22, wreck a woman who was caught in adultery. Jesus says, don't wreck her. He changed that law, which means his morality towards the law changed. He used subjective morality to say, we did wreck women, now we don't. That's why his morality is subjective. He changed. It's not objective because he changed it.
No, Jesus fulfilled the law. He didn't change the law. He fulfilled it.
Fulfilling it changed the law.
No, it didn't. Fulfilling the law means you spread the word and you get everyone to know that this is the one true God. The Jews are not
But
just...
if you don't unalive women, that changed the law. The law was to unalive women, and now the law's changed. So it is subjective.
Okay. All right. So you say that it is subjective at that point because Jesus, changed that.
Well, it's not objective standard set by God because Jesus changed the law.
Can't be objective. Hey, born again, you mind if I take a swing at this?
Yes, I had to grab my charger, so go for it.
Oh, okay. Because Jay, I got something on here that Christians just simply cannot guard me on. So, we can take a look at this. So, help me out here. Because you said that God sets the objective moral standard, right? Oh, by the way, Jay, if you are swiped away from the app, you just have to come back to the app. But if you're researching, that's cool. Yeah, if you're looking up Bible passages, that's cool. Perfectly fine. But you just have to come back to the app and talk to me so we can hear you.
I'm here right now.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So help me out here. Under what circumstances is it morally good to punish one person for somebody else's sin?
List the verse that you're implying because I know you're implying.
No, I need you to answer the question first. I got to trap you first.
So
that's how we do it here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying that it's someone else's. So you're saying that it's someone else's fault that you.
Yeah. Someone commits a sin, and I'm asking you, under what circumstances is it morally good to punish a person who did not commit the sin for a person in place of a person who did commit the sin?
I believe that's more so about, the willingness to be, the sacrificial lamb. Because, you got to realize that in the Old Testament, the sacrificial lamb.
Okay. Well, I'm asking under what circumstances is it morally good?
If someone is willing to take that.
Okay. So if someone's willing to do it.
Yes.
Got it. And if they're not willing, or we don't know whether or not they're willing, is it still morally good?
We can't truly tell unless they explicitly say it themselves. We cannot truly tell if they are, unwilling, but.
Ooh. Okay. I got a couple ways I can go with this. Neither one's going to be good for you, but I got a couple ways I can go. All right.
I'm ready.
Okay. Now we'll go tried and true. Okay. So let's talk about consent for a minute. What is your idea of consent?
Idea of consent?
In terms of being with a person to have sex with them. What does consent mean? Yeah.
Like the fine line between rape and, sex?
Yes.
Okay. The fine line between rape and sex is it could go both ways. Okay. One side couldn't but again, like the mutual interaction, all that, they agree with it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is where one side didn't explicitly say it, but they also wanted it. You can't truly tell without their words being recorded unless they actually wanted it.
Okay. How can you tell that they want it if they don't say anything? How can you tell?
That's the complicated part. Well, I'm not going to glorify rape because obviously that's wrong, but
is it? It's obviously wrong. Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, remember that, everybody. All right.
Okay. So when that happens,
mm-hmm. It's
more or less about your feeling at the time. Okay. I know you're trying to get me on this, you're saying, oh, but how can you tell if they don't want that? What I say to that is, okay, you may not know, but you also have to examine the other person's conscience, which you really can't.
Okay. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So in that sense, then, should you, as a male, you did say you're a male, should you as a male, if a woman, I'm assuming you're hetero?
Yeah.
Okay. Safe to say? All right. So if a woman does not say yes, do you or do you not move forward?
Chooses to not say yes?
Yeah. Explicitly say, Jay, let's go. Yes. Do you or do you not move forward?
I would, I guess I would move forward because they want it at that point. Wait, no. What? Wait, reframe that. Reframe that. Sorry, I was a little bit.
Okay, pull it back. Okay, that's good. That's good. We do mulligans here. We do take backs. That's good because this is important because this could mean the difference between us having a nice conversation and you doing 5 to 10 somewhere. So it's kind of important that we get this straight.
I'm studying for finals right now. I gotta do some stuff.
Okay, I'm trying to help you out here. Yeah, I'm trying to help you out here. All right. Okay. Because see, this helps everybody. This helps women out there. This helps you stay out of prison. This helps somebody from not getting victimized. I mean, this is a win for everybody if we get this ironed out and straight. Okay. So,
okay.
All right, Jay. So I like to use the acronym FRIES. Have you heard of that acronym before?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. So you might want to write this down. This is going to be super helpful to you. Freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, that's a pretty key one, and specific.
I'm writing it down.
Okay. So freely given. Good. That's good. I like this. Yes. Freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and specific. So if you don't have all 5 of those present, it's not consent.
All 5.
All 5 have to be there.
Okay.
All 5. So here's a great example. Let's just say a woman says yes, but she doesn't seem, she's like, I guess.
Yeah.
If she doesn't,
maybe.
Like, she's nervous.
Yeah, she's nervous. Oh yeah, I really want to, Jay, but I'm super nervous. Do you have consent?
No. I would tell her.
Beautiful.
Listen.
Okay, that's a great sign. Great sign. Okay. So you're one step further away from prison. We like this. Okay. So,
all right.
Okay. We like this, Jay. Okay. So now with that in mind, in what circumstance is it morally good to punish somebody with grape?
Under a circumstance about grape?
Yeah. What circumstance is it morally good?
To punish someone.
Yeah. To punish somebody with grape. So we're just talking about punishing somebody in general.
Okay, so if they get punished with grape, they should definitely serve, their time.
No.
But
I'm talking about to punish somebody who's committed something of wrongdoing, to say, since you fucked up, we're gonna have someone grape you. You're gonna get railed out back. Is that, in what situation is that morally good?
Look at the David situation, like that.
That was morally good.
Where okay, what do you mean by that? Like morally, like good as in like, they did something so bad that they deserve to get raped?
I'm asking you, what situation is it morally good to punish somebody with grape?
Well, I believe in, not causing even more hatred than what you already caused, but
okay. This is painful.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, this is painful.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to? Okay, here, pause that. Hey, Born Again, you and your subjective heathen morality over there. In what situation is it morally good to punish anybody with grape?
Never. Disgusting.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay. See it. That was fast. That was so fast. See how easy that was, Jay?
I had to
really
analyze
good
that
at
because
that question.
I know you're going to try to get me into a trap, so I'm going to analyze.
No, brother, you're already in the trap. You're already in the trap. You're already in the trap. Yeah. So
you're a Christian. You started in the trap.
Yeah, you're already in the trap. So Jay, here, me with my objective morality, my objective heathen morality, I agree with Born Again atheists. There is no circumstance in which it is morally good to punish somebody with grape. Okay.
Yeah.
So. See how I said earlier, she and I will land on the same side?
Yeah, we have the same horns.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what's helping with
I think that's what it
telepathy.
is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the same horns. Both got them on Amazon, $4.99.
Yes. Yeah, literally it's the same exact ones. I'm fucking obsessed.
So Jay, you see how like you and I, well, you think you have objective morality. I do have objective morality, but we're not on the same, we don't land on the same side here. You're kind of struggling with this already. You see that?
Yeah. I get that.
Okay. So yeah, you see that. Okay. So now let's kind of add in another piece to this. Here, I'll start with Born Again atheist this time. Born Again atheist, in what circumstance is it morally good to punish an innocent person with grape to punish a guilty person, another guilty person?
It's going to be similar to my answer, but it's also going to be like, why the fuck are we punishing an innocent person?
Why the fuck are we even talking about this? Right.
So I'm going to
exactly.
take it. I'm going to double my answer to crazy.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
Yeah. Okay. So and again, I land on the same side as Born Again atheist here. I'm at the point where I was like, why are we even discussing this? That's like a non-starter. Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
All right. So now, with you were kind of thinking up some conditions here. So let me ask you again, Jay, under what circumstance is it morally good to punish an innocent person with grape instead of the guilty person?
Under no circumstance.
Under no circumstance. Okay. Now we can go to 2 Samuel 12 verses 8 through 12.
You do realize it's a historical book.
No.
Yeah. It's going to be, my window is off. 2 Samuel chapter 12 verses 8 through 12. But I got to fix my window here so everybody can see it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Is that? Oh, that's a little too big.
I don't
here.
see that.
Let me shrink it.
Wait, if you read this, the guest might lose his argument.
Yeah, that's sort of the point, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why it's like the window is off. It's like partially cut off.
For my phone, I mean, it's cut off a little bit on the sides, but we can.
This
Yeah,
right now.
you can kind of make it out. I can read it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm reading this right now.
okay.
So
Have you read this before?
Yes, and I know 2 Samuel is a historical book. Right,
It's
you
a
know that. You
historical
know that,
book.
right?
Okay, but it actually happened, right? Is it true?
Yes, because it's a historical book.
Okay, it actually happened. So it literally happened. Okay.
Okay, no. Hold on.
Yikes on bikes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm reading it further right now. This is a prophecy laid by someone where someone named Nathan prophesied this because David committed adultery with Bathsheba.
Okay. Let's just grant that it's a prophecy. All right.
Yes.
Usually I die on that hill, but today I'm going to grant it because it really doesn't matter. So when we go to verse 11, it says, thus says the Lord, who is I?
Lord.
I will raise up trouble against you from within your own house, and I will, still the Lord, I will take your wives before your eyes and give them to your neighbor. So let me stop right there. Let's imagine a beloved relative, female relative. I won't even call out a name, but just imagine in your head for a second, Jay, a beloved female relative. All right. And this beloved female relative, her husband cheats on her. And then he unalives the spouse of the person he cheated with.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be morally good for God to punish her husband, to take her, give her to the next door neighbor, and then, let's finish it, he shall lie with your wives in broad daylight, and then lie with this beloved female relative that you have in front of the whole neighborhood? Is that morally good?
Morally good. Does it say rape in that, or does it?
No, it says take.
It says lay. You guys, listen. This is where I get good. Okay, the Hebrew translation of lay does not mean rape at all. You do realize that, right?
Yeah. No, but I'm focusing on the word take. What does take mean in Hebrew?
Take in Hebrew means you simply just not.
It means
like,
to seize. It means to seize.
Seize. Like, you know how you seize? Seize, yes, seize.
Yeah.
Seize does not mean
To grab hold upon, forcefully grab.
Grab hold upon, forcefully grab, seize. Right? Because they use this for like, yeah, you're right. They use this in different contexts. They use it for arms, but they also use it for like slaves. They use it for, taking goods.
Yes.
It's seizing. It's seizure, like property, right?
I studied this specific verse under a rabbi. He told me that this does not mean you are forcibly taking someone.
Oh boy, I can bring in two rabbis who will tell me otherwise.
Okay, no.
So
you've used this verse on them?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've actually been in my live while we've gone over this verse, cooking people.
Okay, but this specific rabbi, he's an Orthodox rabbi. He told me that this does not mean that God does not mean he will necessarily.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure trust rabbis are reliable because they study the Bible from a
very ritualistic standpoint.
Critical perspective. Yeah. Critical.
Your rabbi is probably like, we need this God to sound fantastic. So anything that's bad doesn't actually mean it's bad, unless it's condemning rainbow people.
Yeah, but did this?
Okay.
Yeah,
I can bring this home very easily, Jay. I can bring this home very easy.
Okay,
so is this? Oh, look at that. We have one. Look at that. Wow. The rabbi bat signal went out, and look who appears.
The Sinai signal.
The Sinai signal.
That's cool.
Nagila. Habna Nagila. How about that? Thank you for being here, Rabbi. Appreciate you. So look at that. We have a rabbi here. All right. So, can you help us out with actually, Jay, can you repeat what you said about what the Orthodox rabbi told you? And then
the Orthodox rabbi told me that this is okay. So he told me,
and we're talking specifically about the word take, right?
The word take in Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me that this specific verse, take in Hebrew, he told me that it wasn't, he was going to like forcibly, like by brute force, take the woman.
Is this Kings 2? Kings chapter 2? First Kings 2?
This is 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel 12, verses 8 through 12. So we're on specifically verse 11, where it says, I will take your wives before your eyes.
But I will imply that did not actually happen. David's real punishment came unto him because when we got Bathsheba pregnant, the child died. He didn't get anything out of it. The relationship fell apart.
One more time.
Oh,
I'm so
I got
sorry.
I got a quick. It's 2 Samuel 12, specifically verse 11. But here I got to read a super chat real quick while you find it, Rev. Rainbow Ash, $5. Ancient Hebrew, correct, did not have a word for grape because they didn't consider women anything more than property. That is true. So that's why we use these words take and seize and something like that. Seize and lie with, take and lie with, things of that sort. Yeah, there was no specific word for grape.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
So lay means just sex, essentially.
In this sense, yes. And
yeah, so,
oh yeah, but I'm about to bring this home, but we're gonna clear up this whole issue with take here in a second.
Sure. So what I would do is, by the way, it's interesting. What you would need to do is see the semantic range. It's funny. The word lokeach is not actually the word that's really interesting here. The word take is not actually the word that's interesting. The question is which verb is used to sleeping with, to be
lie
sleeping
with.
There's two. Yeah, right. There's two Hebrew words that are used. There's ladat, which is to know in a consensual sense. It's like I knew her in the biblical sense. That's like the ladat. And then vaishkav is to cause to lie down. And if we look at like for example, Leviticus 18:22, hishkav is used there. The one shall not cause a man to lie down with a man, as one does a woman. In other words, there's the causative, piece.
Okay. I have a little bit of a different, interesting way to look at this. So, Rav, when we look at the wives here, were these wives with agency or were they concubines? Can't hear you, Rabbi.
He's on mute.
Oh, you might be muted. Or you might have had a signal problem.
No,
Unmute, please. Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Yeah.
Great. I'm trying to find like a quiet spot in this thing. Give me 1 minute. Okay, what was the question?
My question was, when it says "I will take your wives," the wives were they women with agency?
Not in the most traditional sense.
Right. Because it does say in Samuel 16, 2 Samuel 16, they were referred to as concubines, right? And that was really pejorative, if my understanding. Yeah, because it was pejorative. Because when Ahithophel was talking to Absalom, he was talking about the women pejoratively, like degrading in a degrading way. But
what the relationship, like I'd have to see the full context, but like nashim literally just means women, which is a synonym for wife or women. So it just depends on how the context works.
Yeah, but these were women that God gave because they came from Saul. Yeah, they were Saul's wives originally, right?
Oh, that's right. When Saul's wives are given to David or whatever.
Right. So I think these were concubines. At least Rabbi Hannah says they were concubines. But so in that sense, so where I'm going with this, everybody, is that if these were women who were given to David, and now God is saying, "I will take them away from you and then give them to somebody else." And remember, Jay, how we went over the 5-finger test for fries? Right? So just looking at that verse, did they freely give?
Freely gave, as in like God gave them to...
No. I'm talking about the wives. Because specifically the wives, was consent freely given?
No, not necessarily.
Is this, we'll just say what you said. It is a prophecy. Is this prophecy reversible?
Yeah.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen?
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. In 2 Samuel 16, it did.
It did?
Yeah, 2 Samuel 16.
Tamar,
23.
Tamar totally got raped. All these wives, and just so you guys know, David had 8 wives and 10 concubines. All of these women and girls, I'm sure there was some young ones in there. They were all impacted, and we know. We literally see a story where Tamar, his daughter, and the daughter as well, she gets raped by, is Absalom the rapist or the avenger? I don't remember.
In this one, it's 2 Samuel 16. Absalom is the one who they laid with, or who, because it says here in 22. So they pitched a tent for Absalom upon the roof, and Absalom went into his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel.
Jesus. Yeah. So if it is Absalom that grapes the daughter, which it might be, the other son ends up murdering him. Spoiler alert, guys! It's a crazy story.
Yeah.
So we definitely know this happened. His life ended because the son was like, "What the fuck, you raped our sister."
Yeah, you're talking about Absalom unaliving the other guy. Yeah. You're talking about that one.
No, everybody's grapey in this family.
Yeah, very
including the
grapey
dad.
people.
So,
Yeah, very
So we
grapey.
do know this happened. The son was avenged. The rapist was avenged by the other son. The daughter was assaulted. I mean, this whole thing. The son was like, "You ruined her life. Like now she's not pure anymore." We know this is not hyperbole. We know this is an actual occurrence.
Well, Jay, you did say it's historical. This actually happened. That's what you just said. You said that.
That's
earlier.
true.
So,
You said it's historical, and now you're saying it's kind of not real. So
yeah. So
Well,
this
I said it was
actually
a
happened.
prophecy. I didn't necessarily say that this is all like symbolic. I said it was, a prophecy from someone.
But you said it's historic, which means it happened. And then we clarified. We're like, does that mean this happened? And you're like, yeah, it's historic.
It's historic. It happened.
That's what you
So Absalom went into his stepmother's. That's essentially what this says. Boy, it just gets worse when you start framing it in the right context. Whew, that's just
I know, and not
harsh.
to mention, it starts off with a beautiful baby schmurder.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten there yet. That's the fun part.
The
We
whole
haven't even gotten that
baby
far.
thing. Baby thing.
Oh, what? I thought that happened first.
No. It happened
Craziness.
after this. It's right after this.
Damn, wait, you know what's funny about God? Listen, I don't think he's a funny guy. I don't think what he does is funny, but all of his God wrath always ends in baby schmurder.
It does.
I think it's always like boom, 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 and right below the belt, boom, kaboom,
And the babies. Yeah, and the babies.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's kind of his MO. That's how you know God writes this story.
I
You're
want
not
to
gonna
tell you
tell
this. I want to ask you this. So
Is Jay
do you guys
trying to? I'm not just trying to.
No.
understand.
I'm not defending that. No.
So,
So you want to know something? The whole
point of the text
the whole
is that it's a
idea
negative
of
story.
Catholicism, especially, it says that the theology is that Jesus, when he went down to Sheol to free all the souls that were in waiting before, as he died, he preached the gospel to every soul that died in the Old Testament and before he died. Do you know about that?
But I'm just not sure why this is relevant to what
This applies because this.
Because Jesus loves the little children.
Is that what it is?
Don't think about anything we just read, even though I brought it up first.
But we want to know something. Everyone got a second chance who died in the Old
All
Testament.
the children of the world.
Okay. So let's finish out the acronym. Okay. So you did say it's reversible. And you know what? I'll give you that. It's reversible. Is this informed? Were the ladies informed that this was going to happen? Do you see that
The
here?
ladies informed.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say that in the verse, especially that it doesn't
All
say
right.
that Nathaniel.
Doesn't say that anybody informed the ladies. Just God just says this is what's going to happen. All right. And then do the ladies look enthusiastic?
Uh,
Are they saying, what? Spend some time with my stepson? Sign me up.
Oh,
They're not
God.
saying that, are they? Right? I know. It sounds horrible, doesn't it? It's just terrible.
Oh, trucking my brother? Fuck yeah. Hell
Let's
yes.
go. Yeah. You don't see that here, right? No enthusiasm.
No.
And specific. It's specific. I'll give you that. So we got 2 out of the 5. We've got reversible and specific, right? But it ended up not being reversible. It actually ended up happening. But like I said, all 5 fingers have to be met for there to be consent. And so when it's not consent, what is it, Jay?
It's considered rape.
It's grape, exactly. So are you telling me with your objective morality that when God prophesies and allows grape, that's objectively good?
So you're saying that he didn't, he allowed that?
He allowed that. He could have stopped it, right?
Could have stopped it.
Could have not let it happen. Could have let David get graped, right? He could have let David get stoned according to Mosaic law, right?
He could have. How do I say this on your live? He could have. David's kaboom. He could have. He could have.
Well, considering what happened to David after the whole rape incident, he was literally suffering.
Wait, hold on. No, he wasn't.
Yep. Yes, he was. He escaped to the desert. He escaped to the desert after being pursued.
Who suffered worse? Who suffered worse, David or the ones who had to get with their stepson? Who suffered
Yeah,
more?
the one who didn't actually have anything done to him, and it was just his conscience. This is how you know, like, men is written for the Bible's written for men by men.
By men.
Because it's like, oh, these women get assaulted. Get over it. Nobody gives a fuck. These babies are dying. Oh, they're in heaven now. Fuck you. They're a little baby, evil Draculite babies, okay? And then men's punishment is, guys, but he was really sad about it afterwards.
He was, yeah. He didn't eat for several days. He was
His
so
heart
distraught.
was sad.
Yeah.
His heart was very sad.
So back to your so objectively, this is not morally good. So you cannot have objective morality, because if it was objective morality defined by God, that means grape is good when God allows it.
Yeah, but even objective morality defined by God is still subjective, because God would be the
Exactly.
subject. Anyway,
Exactly.
like,
But that was just me granting the contradiction, right? Even if that were true, then that means that grape, when allowed by God or commanded by God, is good.
Jay, your best argument here, by the way, just to be your attorney for a moment, is to say, like, actually, this book has nothing to do with me, and this isn't my book to begin with, and I don't really know why I'm speaking about it to begin with.
Take the plea. Take the deal.
All right.
Let the Jews have to defend our shitty people and our, you know.
Leave it to the Jews.
When did I okay, bro.
Wow. And a $2 super chat from Rainbow Ash. God didn't just allow it, he coordinated it. Yes.
This is the thing. Like, it's not meant to be a morally good story. It's supposed to be a morally reprehensible story.
I know it's not. It's not.
Well, so then why not engage with this as a reality? Like, the reality is the Bible is not giving you what the core morality is. It's giving you the moral question. It's giving you the moral gray area. And it's saying, it begins the entire Bible in the second chapter in the entire Bible is saying, you have this ability to discern right from wrong, and you should be asking more questions than you should be giving answers. That's the purpose of the text, is that it is a question. There is a giant gray area of question, and that it is up to us to interpret it, because it is not something that's out in heaven. We have to live our lives. We have to be the ones who navigate the world, and we're going to screw it up all the time. And hopefully we learn from all our mistakes, and we treat people better, and we can improve through these moral gray questions. That's the most important thing here.
Yeah.
But because it's not in the text, you're not understanding that.
But it's definitely not objective, as we have demonstrated to you. Well, hey, listen, Jay, yep, everybody, we are out of time, and they voted to move on, but you've been actually a really good guest. I really appreciate you coming up and being a good sport.
I'll tell you this, though. I will follow you, but want to know something that I am going to do for the next? This might seem weird. But because you gave me such a good argument, I am going to essentially train myself into, to the point where I can, well, not just you, but I can surpass, the whole, because I'm relatively new to this whole debate thing, if I'm being honest. It's, kind of a hobby I picked up. But I am going to train just so I can, wrestle with the fact that, hey, I'm not as good as I think I am. That's why I need to, sparring partners, essentially.
All right.
You could deconstruct these harmful ideologies, because you're not doing too well, but you could be great as a person who talks shit on God, because you did a good job bringing out some of the bad God stories. So let me say, you did a great job deconstructing some of the chat tonight. But in terms of supporting God, I don't know. Maybe you can find other hobbies.
Yeah. But you know what? Come back another day and we'll talk more. I got way more. But like I said, you can't guard me on this. It's a fact.
That's why I'm training. That's why I'm going to train.
Training.
It's all good. All right. Well, Jay, appreciate you coming up. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll talk soon.
Gotcha.
All right.
Kick me out of here. Let me know when you need me again.
All right. Bert, you're amazing, Rap. Thank you so much. Thanks for answering the signal. All right. See ya. So, yeah. So that's my favorite one, Born Again. That's like my favorite. As the chat all knows, like I just, 2 Samuel 12 is just
It's
so brutal.
It's crazy. You did fantastic at explaining that, tying it in with the fries. Every time I've tried to bring up the David one, I don't know if it's just my unmanly presence. Men just don't want to listen to it. So I thought you did a great job.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, they're assholes. But you did a really, really great job at explaining it. It made total sense. And honestly, that guy wrote it down. And that's the best we could hope for is men learning what the hell consent is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that was like the big takeaway. Yeah, he wrote it down, and usually
good.
like the younger ones, that's what I like to do because again,
that's good.
Yeah,
no, it is good.
Yeah.
And especially if you can articulate in a way where they're receptive to it. I think that not only helps people who are listening, and it definitely will help any person that they come in contact with in the real world. So
exactly,
I do appreciate that. I think men holding men accountable is something we really need. So that was fantastic.
Thank you. And like I said, I got a 15-year-old daughter, and so soon she will be walking out in the world by herself. And so the more men who know about fries, the better it is for her and all people, everybody. It's no more victims, no more strain on the justice system, no, cries about injustice, because invariably there will be the Brock Turner who gets the probation, and we don't want that. If anything,
I saw your video you just posted about men addressing abortion.
Yes.
I thought that was fantastic too. I think you do a really good job at explaining things that usually when these topics come up from my perspective, usually men go on the defense. They think they're getting attacked. And so because they're getting attacked, because they feel like they're getting attacked, I attack them harder.
As you should. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think you articulate the abortion topic argument and the consent one very well to where they're receptive. So I do appreciate the work you do here.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's very important to me because, look, I had, because I was violated as a kid myself, and so consent is a pretty big thing for me, and I because there was a time when I would let people pray, and now I don't allow praying, don't allow it at all because because there are some people who are seriously traumatized by that, and so when I was seeing that going on in the chat, I was like, okay, no more of that. We're not allowing that anymore.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's super important. I think consent is like super, super important. And yeah, I've watched your lives late at night at times, and there have been times where I've just wanted to go up and just rail on a guy for. I've seen so many things being said to you. It just. So I just want you to know, I see it. Yeah,
I do appreciate that. For me, it's. What do I want to say? I know they're monsters, especially during that time, and because they are Christ followers. So I just show people. I know how people in these communities behave. So rather than just saying, "I bet you're an asshole," I just let them talk, and I let the audience. They're smart, so I let the coven put two and two together of like, oh, this does kind of make the people crazy and horrible.
Yeah. You give him some rope. Oh, hey, daughter. You want the box? Oh,
yeah, 100%.
Just put it down there. Yeah, just put it right down there. I'll just put it. Okay, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have to spoon feed the coven. They could see it. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I do a lot of the same thing here. I just kind of let it happen.
Great at that.
Yeah, and just kind of let the things, I hold up the mirror. That's like that's what I call it. I hold up the mirror.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a fantastic way of describing that.
Yeah. And but I love your approach though. Like, I just love the way you go at it. Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I'm like just so happy you came on today, because I was like, oh, this is
I'm so happy to be
awesome.
here. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
You're fantastic.
Thank
Absolutely
you too.
love everybody's presence in the deconstruction community. Yours is great. Everybody's great. I just came from Crystal J's live. Obviously, she's the queen bee, so she's fantastic.
For real. Exactly. Exactly. So just glad we were able to join forces and,
Right,
put our powers
absolutely.
together. Yeah, absolutely.
And honestly, not a bad group of guests. I'm a little jealous. You had some strong Christ followers. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. They were, well, I think whenever I run this this topic, the strong ones come out. But I can't do it like more than like 3 or 4 days in a row because then it kind of dwindles. But but then there's also like my mental health that's involved because there's only so many times I can hear somebody do grape apology. This I cannot listen to this again. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, it was hard at the beginning, but I think what I did was when I got banned, I took some time to kind of like say, what's my prayer? What's the goal here? Wrote it all down. And then now I have a system to where everybody can have fun at the expense of making fun of whoever's on the panel. So, well, we've structured it in a way where it's not just kind of triggering all the time because these topics are horrendous. To hear a guy say some horrendous shit like "you are my slave property," that sucks. But I think we figured out a way to make it enjoyable for people to watch because these topics are hard, but they're so important to have.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's fantastic about the morality argument is it can go anywhere. You can talk about free will, you can talk about the age of the earth, you can talk about science and evolution. All of these things kind of branch from that. So
that's true. That's true.
If the great stuff gets heavy,
yeah, it's pretty heavy. Well, I'm hoping we talk about animals. That's been my other really favorite one to talk about. It's really hard for people to do that. Well, RP, you can just go now. We'll help you out there. You can just go now, RP. So I did you a favor. I just kicked you out of the waiting queue. All right, our planet. How you doing?
Oh, hi. I was making food. I was meant to join you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I really enjoy your conversation and I follow
Appreciate
Born
you.
Again Atheist also.
Are you a believer?
I am an atheist, I think.
Oh, you're an atheist. Okay. Well, we're saving this space for believers, but I appreciate you coming up and, showing some love to your father. Yeah.
It was a pocket accident.
No worries. Yeah, no worries. But we appreciate the support. Keep tapping, man. That's what you do. That's why I know you were doing. So keep tapping, my friend. All right. We're going to go to the next one. We appreciate you. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Yes. Bye-bye.
All right. So, oh boy, this could be fun. Let's bring up Bitter Truth. I think Bitter Truth's been on my live before.
Okay.
You're back, Bitter Truth? Yeah? You have? Okay. All right. Can you remind us of your age and pronouns?
35, he, him.
He, him. Okay. Okay, fantastic. And you're still a Christian?
Of course. Well, always will be.
Oh,
I have no reason not to.
Oh, bless God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Of course.
All right. Well, let's so today we're talking about your evidence that God is not evil. So what do you got for us?
Yeah, so there's no specific verse or chapter that can demonstrate that God is inherently evil or his actions is evil. What he does is execute justice and his righteous judgment. So yeah, he's not evil.
Okay, so he's not. So let me hear what you just said. You said there's no specific verse that says God is evil, therefore God is not evil.
Yeah. So and also he hasn't done any actions that would even allude to him being evil.
He does kind of admit he's evil, like at least twice, from what I can read. But go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, he's not evil. But
if
you have proof that he's evil,
he admits he is twice, so maybe he's a liar. I'm not. Well, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, he kind of admits
it. Brought up David and his wives, and you can't really use that because you guys totally misunderstood that book.
We can't use that. Why can't we use that? What did we? Okay, well help us. Okay, help us understand. What did we misunderstand?
Oh, wait,
what did we get wrong?
We just lost.
Yeah,
right.
we just lost. Well, should we just quit now? Born Again?
I know. I guess we're deleting our channels now because we can't.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to church on Sunday, I guess. Damn.
Right.
God damn it! Oh man, I've
So can we make a deal?
All right,
Once I give
help
you
us out, Bitter Truth. Yeah, how did we get us so wrong? Yeah.
All right, so once I give you guys a proper breakdown of this chapter and book, will you guys promise to never bring up this topic again, saying that Absalom raped them? Dale, or if I get it wrong, you just keep bringing it up. If I prove that you guys are incorrect,
okay.
Dale?
This is all you got to do. This is just very simple. All you got to do is just point out the verse in which the wives gave consent. That's all you got to do.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just show us in the verse, the specific verse where the wife said, "Yes, Absalom, I want you."
Okay. So then on the other hand, you have to show the verse where they say, "No, Absalom, no, don't do this." I can say the same thing, but I can show where it's not great. Like, so you guys can't show that any way, shape, or form that it was great.
All right. So did the wives give consent? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
and I can
they
show
did?
you how. Yes, I can tell you how.
Just show us the verse. That's all you got to do.
Sure.
It's really simple. Just point out the verse.
So you're not going to see one specific verse. Just like you're not going to find one specific verse saying, "Hey, Absalom, don't do this to us." You're not going to find one specific verse where they say, come on, Absalom.
Okay,
so I can show you how it's not great.
Let's kind of frame this. Let's frame this a little bit. Let's frame this a little bit. Hold on, Bitter Truth. Let's frame this a little bit. If let's just say a man goes into you, but you don't specifically say no, have you given consent?
So you say if a man comes up to a woman and
goes no, goes into you. But let's just say you're at the gym and you drop the soap, you bend over to pick it up and boom. Oh, what was that? Now, you didn't say no. So did you give consent?
Of course not.
Okay, you didn't. All right. Now, but you didn't say no. Yeah, but you didn't say yes either, right?
Yeah, I never say yes.
So were you? So that means you weren't raped because you didn't give consent, but you didn't not give. You didn't give consent, but you did not give consent. So you weren't raped.
In this instance, that would be on the form of rape, but it's not analogous to Absalom.
How so? You just okay. So
it's not analogous.
It's not analogous because because you're saying the wives did give consent.
Yeah, and I can show you how they gave consent.
Okay, well, because you began with, there's nothing in the Bible that says they didn't give consent.
Yeah. So wait, what do you think happened?
Can I show how they gave consent? You guys know what
God made everybody just bang each other? And what's your belief here?
Sure. Can I explain what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to remember, Absalom was convincing everyone to make him king through flattery and kindness and kind words.
Yeah, we just need the verse.
And I will do this for you.
Just need the verse.
Kiss me here and give you the verse.
Yeah, just give us the verses.
All right, 1 second. One second. Let me just grab it.
Trust, you get to do your debating magic twice. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, people do try to think they can guard me on this one, but I'm undefeated on this.
So while he's looking it up, what's the consensus? Do monks think God brainwashed Absalom and then he took advantage, or what's the narrative that they come up with?
I get the free will. Yeah, that's what I get.
Yeah, every
time it's free will.
Okay.
So if you turn to 2 Samuel 15.
2 Samuel 15. All right. 2 Samuel 15. All right. And the verse?
Sure. Start from verse 4. And I'll read it. And Absalom said, moreover, "O that I were judge in the land, that every man that hath any suit or cause might come unto me, and I would do him justice. And it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him obedience, he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him. And on this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel." So think about it. At this time, man, Absalom's a great guy. The word is spread. Absalom, he's trying to become king. This man is real. This David's son. Absalom's a good man, man. If he was king, wow. His name was like, it was spread. Okay, so now he's winning the hearts of everybody, the elders and men. So the women, now they hear the word, Absalom is king. Oh, him? Oh, Absalom. Yes, he's king. He's coming unto you. Really? The handsome Absalom?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's what happened, right?
Show me where it
So
says here
now
in 15. Hold on, Bitter Truth. You said that there was going to be a verse where the wives said, "Yes, I want Absalom. I want to be with my stepson." Yeah,
but it's more
you said that there was a
it was
specific.
consentful. There is no evidence at all that was great. It leaned more towards consent because look, why would Absalom want people heart so with kindness? Also, it's hey, now it's time for great. No, he wanted through. He got their hearts and what he wanted through flattery. I said, hey, now it's time for great. So like they would unalive to him because
let me ask you this then, Bitter Truth. Let me ask you this. So you are now if a let's just say you wanted to have relations with a woman and you try to have relations with the woman and she simply smiles at you. Do you have consent to continue?
If she's, I mean, I'll speak to her. Of course, I'm not going to grab her and start undressing her.
She says, Bitter Truth, you okay, let's just say you guys go on a date. You say, and Bitter Truth, man, you're awesome. You're such a great guy. You're this, you're that. You're handsome. Ooh, you're muscular. You work out. You know, you doing all these ab crunches and all that. And then let's just say you guys are getting hot and heavy and you know, you're getting to that point and she just simply smiles at you and says nothing else. Do you have consent?
Of course not. You know, I mean, some people may try,
yeah, but
she
said she's enamored with you. She's attracted to you. You took her out to a great dinner. She's laughing at all your jokes, but you don't have consent.
Yeah, certain people may try, but she says no when you're trying. No, back off. Like no means no. So
no. She didn't say no. She just simply says nothing. She says, but all evening she's been complimentary. She says you're handsome. She's attracted to you.
Yeah.
Says great dinner. Laughs at all your jokes. Flirts with you. But I'm saying when it comes time, she says nothing. Do you have consent?
When it comes time, I mean like later on, and she says nothing, you just.
Do you move forward or do you stop?
I mean, you could keep trying, but you can just out of the way and just grab her and start undressing her. Of course, you'll communicate and say, it's going to be communication. You're not going to just grab her and rip her shirt off.
Okay, so yes or no, do you have consent?
No, she got to agree with it.
No, you don't. Okay, and why don't you have consent?
Because she didn't verbally give the green light for you to,
I told you can't guard me on this. I told you.
How is this analogous?
Verbal.
You keep bringing up situations that cannot.
Because it is analogous. It is analogous, Bitter Truth, because I asked you to point out a verse in which the wife said, "Yes, Absalom, we want to be with you. We want to have sex with you," and you did not provide that to us.
How easy is this for me? Another victory. Another one. So you promised to bring this topic up again?
Boom.
You promised?
Not only did I take you down, I dunked on you.
What am I, like 90-0 right now?
Bitter
I'm like
Truth.
90-0 against the atheists. Wow.
So
maybe 100-0. I think so.
So
another victory. So now we made a promise. She would never bring this up again because
he got dunked on, and he's like, "It's a victory. I got dunked on, and it was a victory."
Slaughtered in this topic. So do you promise not to ever again bring it up?
No, because I just dunked on you. So no, I will continue to bring this up. But hey, I appreciate you coming up. All right. So go take your loss. Seriously, it was just like, I don't know if you watch basketball at all, but it was like
what a beautiful layup.
It was not that. It was the kind of dunks where like, the guy's like crotches in the other guy's face and he's all doing this. And,
fantastic.
And then he turns around and he's like, see, another victory. So you better promise never, ever to do that again. Like, okay.
Hell whatever. Yes. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. So that was just so easy. That was so easy. So, okay, we've got one more in the queue. Prince Azan? Prince? I'll just go with Prince.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing, Prince?
Good. Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna be brief. I'm atheist. I'm 61, but I'm gonna be brief with this real quick, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I want to say is, man, almost a year ago, about 8 months or so ago, I came across your live and I typed in the chat. I don't know if you remember this. I typed in the chat, "There's no such thing as time," and you said, "No, Princess on, you're wrong. There is such a thing as time."
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So
I don't remember that, but I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah. So I got off, and ever since then, so I started coming across your live, and every time I came across your live for the following months, right, I started listening longer and longer and longer. Brother, you are brilliant.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's too kind.
Brilliant, man.
I appreciate
And
that.
now I listen to your show I'm a truck driver. I listen to your show every night, bro.
Oh, wow. And thank you for doing the long haul, man. You are literally keeping our economy afloat. So thank you. Seriously.
Thank you, man. And,
I mean,
yeah,
you came up here to thank me. No, I should be thanking you because you're the reason we get groceries and vegetables and, you know, the things that keep us going. So thank you for that, man. And you're driving long miles, maybe sleeping in your cab, all that stuff, man. That's just fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
And so the last thing I want to say, and this is a compliment, this is a good thing I'm about to say. You are the epitome of the word nerd, bro.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Straight up nerd.
Yes, I am. I am.
I appreciate all. It's a trip how I came across your show and the way all this happened, you know. But
all right.
That's all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you again. It sounds like you're driving, so I do got to drop you, but I appreciate you, man. Yeah. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Oh, that was so nice. That was so kind. Yes, I am a nerd. I am. Guilty. Wow. Thank you. That was so kind of you to say. Oh, that was so kind to say. That was so kind. Now, help me out here. Cause see, I haven't caught the gist of the context of this outfit, the backwards hat, the mustache, you know, the tracksuit.
Oh yeah. That's Pastor Mark.
Oh,
that's Pastor Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I gotta catch when Pastor Mark is on. I gotta catch that.
So
that's awesome.
Pastor Mark, that's my pastor. Yeah. Pastor Mark, sometimes, because listen, we go live every night. Sometimes we average 6 hours. So sometimes I need a break, and Pastor Mark, he's an annoying little asshole. He wants to come in and do a little sermon, and you know what? I'm not above, being mean, refusing his presence. So he'll come up and do a little sermon, a little workout. He has a group called the Flesh Fighters. So they go and they fight the flesh through things like physical fitness. So he's a little annoying asshole. So he'll do a workout with the Flesh Fighters on the live, awesome. And it's a good time for me to just decompress and take a break.
Okay.
While he's on his bullshit.
Okay.
If anybody wants to see who Pastor Mark is, on my profile, the thumbnail's called "The Best of Pastor Mark," so you can watch.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna.
SB threw a little edit together of "The Best of Pastor Mark." If you guys want to meet him,
that is awesome.
He's kind of an asshole. But,
love it. Okay, I'm gonna definitely go watch that. I'll take off my camera.
So yeah, that's Pastor Mark.
That is awesome. So that is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go through that. Definitely, I'm gonna go through that playlist and see that. Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
The Best of Pastor Mark. Oh, there's SB. SB made that edit on my page.
That's awesome. Okay, fantastic. So, looks like we don't have anybody in the guest queue, and it is almost time for me to go anyway. So, man, this was so amazing. This is the time I usually bring up the mods to thank them, because they're really I'm like the Weekend at Bernie's guy, and the mods they're actually the ones that are like keeping me going, because that's how I like to see it. because
That's cool.
Yeah, they actually do the work, like the actual work. And so I'm really, really grateful for them. And so I bring them up so that people can gift and throw W's and all that good stuff. And so, yeah, any other mods in there? Because I can't see the whole, like, there's Jessica. Yeah. So everybody come up. Mods, come up. And then I also thank the mods on the YouTube side.
Hello, mods.
Yes. We have Rainbow Ash
Hey, hey.
666. We've got, I know Pseudo V Science was in there earlier, and Kif Webb was in there earlier. Looks like, Kif Webb's there. But Rainbow Ash is holding it down all by herself. So thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Yay,
And
mods.
Reckless Religion, yes, you're here. So yeah, I know. Peg,
I
there's
was not
Peg.
gonna miss this.
There they are. Well, I'm
Not
glad
gonna
you
miss
guys
this.
caught it. Yeah, wasn't this amazing, guys? Wasn't this
Yeah.
amazing?
Yay,
Yes.
the mod.
Yes.
No,
And
not,
this is-
not yay me. Yay the mod. Sorry.
Well, yay
me.
you too. Yay you too.
No,
So
I appreciate all the hard work for everybody, keeping the lives safe, because once the deconstruction lives can be safe and active, we all enjoy and benefit from it.
absolutely, yeah.
Thank you guys so much for all you
without a-
do.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, it's everything these fine folks do. I'm so grateful for. They do such an amazing job of
And
keeping
they all
the
match
life
profile
safe.
pictures.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they have great profile pictures and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And but also to you, Born Again Atheist, man, thank you so much. This was so freaking fun.
Yeah,
This
she's
was
a
fun.
powerhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. You're
Yeah.
so sweet.
Isn't she though? Yeah. So
Yeah.
and so again, if
Yeah,
you're not
she rocked it.
following Born Again Atheist, you absolutely have to.
You probably
because-
have a normal sleep schedule.
Yes, I do.
But you know what? It's
That's
worth
probably
staying up a
why.
little while longer. You can fall asleep to Born Again Atheist live stream. You can do that because my wife does that. So
Oh, I love that.
she
That's
does.
sweet.
Yeah.
Do you put your streams on YouTube?
I do the best of the lives, but I don't stream directly because we do a lot of copyright stuff, so YouTube wouldn't allow it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I post the best of the best on the Boarding and Atheist YouTube channel, but we don't stream on there.
Okay.
Okay. So
check it
yes,
out.
she does have a YouTube channel. So yeah. So you know what? Follow her YouTube channel. Subscribe. So then she can get a little bit more revenue from that. When she does post stuff, that helps her out. So absolutely, and it's great stuff on there too. I went through it, last night doing a little recon, and it's some great stuff. So
Cool.
yeah. So you're amazing. So yes, let's do this again real soon. When you want to, just let me know. You're welcome up anytime. Just
Oh,
welcome to
thanks.
come
Thank
through
you for
was a
anytime.
standing up
it
for
was a super
women
blessing.
and the people that matter, because I mean, these people's rights are getting taken away and it's not
Every
fair.
day.
And
Yeah, every day.
for you to be another voice in this community is amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
yeah.
so sweet. I
Absolutely.
appreciate
Absolutely. So we
A
need more
strong
voices like
voice at
yours.
that.
Yeah, strong voice. I'm
that. In the middle of the goddamn night.
right in the middle of the
Yeah.
damn night, just getting in people's behinds.
Just freaking wrecking them up in the
just
middle
wrecking
of
them. Just wrecking them.
Double
So
hours,
I love
yes.
it. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you for welcoming me in your space, guys. It's been a
absolutely.
blast.
Yes. Like I said, you're welcome back anytime. And, I hope to have you back soon because this was so fun. So fun.
Absolutely.
Right
Thank you
on.
for having me.
All right. Well, everybody, last thing, who are we going to raid? Now, but remember, we can do a delayed raid on Born Again Atheist tonight at starting when?
In a couple hours.
A couple hours. How about that? Okay, a couple hours. And so the fact
In
that
a
you
couple hours,
Yeah.
potentially.
potentially, yeah, the fact that you got your pregame on with me, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
not bad. Not a bad way to start the day. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
so mark your set your timers, set your clocks, and yeah, when
You
Born
guys
Again
can
comes
potentially
on,
meet Pastor Mark tonight, or you guys can go
Ooh.
check out the Best of Pastor Mark by
Okay.
SB.
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And then in the meantime, let's see who we can support in the community. Let's see. Well, let's see. We've got Justin with Volsi. Holy crap.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's awesome. I know we did Justin. We rated Justin yesterday, but Justin is on with Volsi. We need to go support Volsi as well. So let's go raid Deconstruction Zone because Volsi's on there. And you know, because Volsi is amazing too. I gotta have him on too. I gotta have him back too. So let's go raid. I know it's 2 days in a row we're gonna do Deconstruction Zone, but he's on with Volsi. Let's do that. We'll go raid and we'll do it both on YouTube and TikTok. So let's go. All right. And then otherwise, guys, that's all I got for you. Hi. Oh, it's Jessica's little yay. And we got puppies, we've got kids. Look at this. What a great live. What a great way to end the live. This is amazing.
Yeah, he wanted to say hi.
Hi. Hey, little man. Hi. Oh, more of you. Hello.
The whole team.
Yeah, the whole team is here. Yeah. Do you guys see the dog? Right down there?
Dog too?
Yeah, right there.
Oh,
you see?
Oh, hey,
yeah,
puppy.
look at that cute dog. Yay. What a great way to end the day, end the live. All right. So, okay, well, I'll see you guys all in Deconstruction Zone. Let's, we'll do a TBV raid, do it nice and strong, 10 toes, chest out, and then I'll see you, Born Again, later tonight. And I'll fall asleep to you.
Sounds fantastic.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you again.
Have a great rest of your day.
See you later.
Bye,
Good to
guys.
see you again, Born Again.